Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nat 2, where it's just the two of us, naturally. This is part 2 of episode 20. This is the final part of episode 20, so please enjoy, and we will be releasing episode 21 on our normal schedule, so 2 weeks from now, so look forward to that. Bazinga! Is that good? Cool, so we're all in the room. Where's everybody sitting, baby? Lucian is up. He was leaning against the bed frame again, and before, when you all walked in the room the first time, he sat all the way up. So he was like supporting his own weight. He had one hand behind him. He's leaning up against the bed frame again. And he looks awful and miserable. Life is bad. He's got like one hand on his ribs, and he's like nodding at everybody. And frickin' Fingers, once he walks back in, is just gonna walk into like the corner of the room where he was sitting at. Wherever Yezi is, he's gonna like go find her.
Oh yeah, I think that she's kind of like the furthest possible away from Lucian.
Yeah. He's gonna sit kind of in between you and Lucian. Like, not really, because that would involve sitting directly in front of you, but like emotionally, he's like right there. And Thalen is gonna go sit basically where he was before, like up against the wall, like leaning his head back against the wall.
I think Tavamil is sitting in the chair that she had pulled up to Lucian's bed, but she like turned it around so it was facing away from Lucian. I think Iffy, is like perched somewhere weird, like just being like opened up a wardrobe and sat on the edge of it because she's like, there's no other seats. I'm gonna sit on a shelf in a wardrobe.
Nice, very cool.
And I think Ethiod is kind of standing by the door, just like leaning up against it. Everybody's
sitting around, just waiting. And real perception check is Yezi.
Okay, Nat 20.
Oh snap! You wasted this Nat 20. Fingers has used his feet to pull over to him a book that was lying on the ground. And he has opened it, and you can tell from the words and the cover and everything that it's in Elvish. And he's just kind of like looking at it, like looking at one side and the other side.
Okay.
And he like opens it, like messing with it.
Can you read Elvish?
Oh, can you?
No.
This is kind of happening in the corner.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of like sitting around waiting for someone to start kind of talking.
Can I start talking? Or does somebody else want to start? Honey, I mean, you can make whatever choice you want to make. You say that a lot.
Lucian is looking at you nervously, which other characters can see, maybe not you, but he's like,
Nobody really gave me an answer, so I'm just gonna start talking.
Yes, Tommy, you can start.
Alright. I have to leave tomorrow for Tembret Talenti because I'm supposed to be there in 3 days, and I remember that the last time that I was there, it took a whole day to get there. I don't remember, I got there from my house, so I'm not sure if it's a bit farther from my house than it is from here, but I need to figure out how to get there first. And Lucian, you said that you knew how to get there, so maybe you can make a map of some sort, and then I could follow that. But I need to leave tomorrow, because I think that if I was not on time, then maybe he wouldn't want to listen to me, or maybe I wouldn't be allowed into the castle, and I know that there's a lot of like gate guards and other people, and I think that this is the best chance that I have to be let in.
Well, we can leave tomorrow. Thalen is gonna kind of like be looking around, and Lucian, I'm not gonna say like you see this, because some of you, one of you is gonna, Thalen like looks around after he says that, and Lucian looks over at Fingers. Are you paying attention? He's like, we got this book, and you see him kind of like squint his eyes, and then he just goes and like fully cracks up.
What are you laughing at?
It's upside down, mate.
The book?
Oh, book? Yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard to tell.
It was hard for you to tell.
Like, I speak a lot of languages, but Elvish was not the one that I learned.
What are you doing, mate? Anyway, I don't know. I thought maybe where'd the book come from anyway? You know what I mean? I thought I'd give this whole reading thing a shot real quick. I didn't realize it was in Elvish. I thought I was just having a stroke or something.
Like, yes, he cracks up.
Yeah, Lucian is just like doubled over, like holding his ribs. And he's like, "This is cruel, Fingers. What you're doing."
Fingers, I don't know how to read Elvish either.
She doesn't, you know. It's a bloody tragedy.
It's not that bad. I know how to read Common.
That book's much better in Elvish than it is in Common.
Well, you tried to teach me, and it's really hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is trash as far as I can tell. You know.
Trash.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, it
Bunch
looks
of scribbles.
pretty.
What's your scribbles say? That's just a joke. Anyway, can I have that? Oh, the book? Yeah, sure. What am I gonna do with it? Anyway, and Fingers is gonna like crawl over to the thing and just like put it on the like next to him on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, bon appetit.
I don't really think that we should read right now.
Sort of. Yeah, let's get back to business.
Lucian, do you think that you can make a map?
Yeah, I can make a map.
Right. I don't really know how to read a map. Do you think that you could teach me how to read a map? Well, I know how to read a map. I'm real good at that.
Well, I think maybe it would be a good idea to start with making sure we know everybody who's going.
Right. Well, I'm going. Yes, I think that was a given.
Right.
I'm coming.
Me and Yez, you're gonna go. And, Iffy.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Alright. I will go as well.
Heck yeah, T-Dog.
Right, T-Dog. But I did want to ask. I wanted to write a letter
Oh, yeah.
to my father. Obviously not telling him details. Just to let him know that I'm not dead. I don't know. A letter.
I don't think that that would be an issue.
I want to see it. Of course you do.
What? Why do you want to read his letter?
I don't want you to think that I think still that you'd do anything to, I don't know, sabotage us. I don't think so. But I don't know how you feel like you can write a letter explaining where you're going without explaining where you're going. Well, I mean, all right, I will. And you see how innocuous it is.
Maybe you could just say that you have to go somewhere for a little bit and that you'll be back.
I'll figure it out. That's for sure. But since
I wanted to come with him to deliver this letter.
yes, I told you that was a bad idea because I'm absolutely, this is true. I am the least conspicuous person of this entire party.
I don't see how I'm all that conspicuous. I'm a bit loud, but that's about it.
You didn't kill those guys, did you?
No. I tried real hard, but they were...
I don't think you should go. At least not like that.
Not like what?
Looking that way. I mean, you know, you carried me through the streets too. Who knows who saw you?
I might be able to do something about that if you really want to go.
Oh, right, yeah. Ethia is amazing at disguises.
Sometimes.
Well, you...
Look, I kind of messed you up, Lucian. I'm really sorry about that. But,
Look, mate, I I want to tell you, I think I messed myself up.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, even Thalen, if you want like a fake mustache or something, I think it'll be fine if I go like this.
a fake mustache. Phelan, can you grow facial hair?
Are we going to do this again, please? Like,
Do what again?
nothing.
It's just, it would be interesting seeing you with a mustache.
Maybe I'll try.
Oh, yeah. Get all rugged. Be a rugged man.
All right, we've got to focus up.
So I could come with you if I just look a little bit different.
Well, we'll see how it looks, okay? Once it's all done.
All right. But we got to do that today, right?
Absolutely, we have to do it today.
All right. Ethia, why don't you get to work? No. Yeah. Time's a wasting, ain't it?
Look,
What?
talking about you going, I wanted to bring this up. I want to clarify something with you.
Clarify something with me.
Mm.
All right. My one ear's open.
I trust Fingers. Fingers trust Yezi.
Right.
Thalen risked his life to save Tav twice.
Mm-hmm.
You said you saved me on a whim.
Saved you on a whim.
That's all it was.
Well, not really. But I have a feeling you don't want me to talk about it.
You didn't know about all that before you saved me. Before you tried to. No?
Well, I didn't really need to.
What does that mean?
You want me to explain? Or do you want to wait? You seemed like you don't want me to discuss certain topics. I can discuss them right now if you want me to. I'm an open book.
Shoot.
Man, you picking up my lingo. All right, then. And she's going to, get all comfortable. And she's going to be like, look, honey, I joined the war when I was 18, 19, something like that. And I was there for the full thing, except for the last year when this whole, mess happened. And, well, you know who we were fighting. And you know what they were like. And they didn't quite like Thalen, I'm not.
You speak your mind. I understand.
They weren't good combat fighters. You know what I mean? So they resorted to poison, stuff like that. They also resorted to targeting the medics. Because less people knowing how to fix them, less people gonna survive. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
All right. Kind of felt like that again. You know? I'm fighting two Wethway people, and I got an injured Talenthy on my side. What am I going to do? But resort back to what I know best. It's kind of weird, you know? Felt like I was back there. And I think that you shared that sentiment a little bit. Unless I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong, but it seemed like I ain't.
All right.
Is that a good enough answer for you?
You'll be pleased to hear that it is.
Well, shoot.
Unless anybody else has any reservations.
About me coming.
I'm good. We're gonna need a healer.
Yeah.
Something tells me. So.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah? You're a bit loud. That might be a problem.
You're gonna cramp our style a little bit.
I'm gonna cramp y'all's style. I
Gonna...
think I'm the coolest cat out there.
Right. Well, we could use it.
Um,
Yes, we could use it as a distraction, and then we pop out and do our thing, We'll figure it out.
Okay.
No. So that is to say, no reservation.
All right. I mean, I'm glad y'all don't got no reservations because I really want to come. I think that this is mighty interesting. Also, I kind of want to meet Tembra Talenthe. I don't know. I never met him during the war.
He's not worth meeting.
Ooh. Y'all got some opinions.
Well, if nobody else has anything...
Can I ask a question?
Ask away, Tav.
Does anyone know why this would be happening? Because I was thinking about it, and it might not be... I don't know. I'm not that smart. It's a little bit hard for me to figure stuff out. But I haven't gone into town before, right? And I did go into town, and I told some people about the water clary, and I know that that's how some people found out about it. But what I'm confused about is that, Yezi, yes? When did you get the contract on my house? When did she get the contract? That day?
Yeah, that day.
Was it that morning?
It was that afternoon.
Okay. I got it in the afternoon. Right. I hadn't been in town all that long. And then a lot of people knew about my farm, but I didn't really tell anybody about where my farm was or that I grew a lot of it. People just knew that I had it, really. And what's confusing is that it all happened so quickly. Like, a lot of people came together to do this thing and to go to my house, and it was all put together really quickly. And I feel like, wouldn't that not be something that you could do in a day, unless you had been thinking about it for a while? And also, I met Lady Gwynth, and she was going to take me to the ball, and I wasn't with her for that long, and then I suddenly wasn't at the ball.
Well, fingers. I don't know what. That's not no. You don't have any sort of connection to anything like that. Just a thieves guild. Yeah. Yes,
I get given a contract and I don't really get told anything else.
Right.
I do, on the other hand, I know somebody who is close to the director of the Assassin's Guild. And I also know that that person was offered the contract as well as me. And he either got taken off or refused to take it. If he refused to take it, I wonder if maybe he knew something that I didn't know.
Can you ask him?
It's going to be a little bit difficult. I would have to find him. And we had a very terse conversation after he stabbed Thalen.
Ah, well, I suppose...
That Hale guy. Yes. Does Yezi knows his real name, right?
Yezi knows his first name.
As Rain,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if... I don't know.
Well, I mean, we don't have time to find him anyway.
I know one place where he is often, and I could check, but
I don't want you. I don't think it's safe.
I mean,
We'll talk about it.
okay,
Maybe we could go tonight or something.
I don't want you to come. He does not. He does finger.
That's funny, Yezi.
Mish. He really doesn't like you. And I don't want to put you in danger. For some reason, he likes me. I don't know why. He was always kind of weirdly protective over me.
Well, we'll talk about it.
He was really protective over you. What? What are you talking about? Valen, didn't he say something about how he just wanted to make sure that his girl was okay?
Yes, he did, as it goes.
Oh. That okay.
Yeah, so, we'll talk about going or not, later.
Okay. But
Okay.
it has to be today.
I get that.
It might help. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I see where you're going with this, Lucian.
I don't see where you're going with it.
You were asking me before what I know about Water Clary, right? He's looking at Ethiad.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to know anything I'm happy to offer anything I know that might be of service. But I did want to ask first. Tavermeal. You say that you grow a lot of it.
Right.
A lot of Water Clary. How much are you growing? You grow other things, yes?
No. Well, sort of. I have a little tiny bit of a garden by my house so that me and my mum have stuff to eat. And that's about it. I wasn't allowed to grow anything else. I have a couple acres.
Of Water Clary only? Only that? That's not possible.
Is that not?
No, it's not.
Why is that not possible?
Because it's extremely difficult to grow and propagate.
I know it is. Well, so my farm a little while back flooded, and it's just been having problems with that for a really long time. And so all of my crops died, and I couldn't grow anything else. And I was really nervous about it because, well, I would give some of it to the palace so that we would like be protected and stuff like that, because sometimes people have to give stuff to the palace so that they're like showing that they're I don't know. I really don't know why we have to do it. I just know that we have to, and that Mum told me that we have to, and that it's important. And then I didn't have anything to give, and I was really nervous that it was going to mean that something bad was going to happen. And well, they always send people around to pick up the stuff so that you don't have to go to the palace, because I guess they don't want a lot of people going to the palace if they don't need to have people there. And so they'll send like carriages around to pick up whatever it is that you're going to give them. And well, for a couple weeks I didn't have anyone that came around, and I was really scared that meant that something bad had happened, because last time I really didn't have a lot to give, and I was worried that they knew that and that we weren't part of like the clan anymore or something like that, or that I don't know. I really didn't know because I don't understand a lot of this stuff. But so I went to the palace by myself, and I tried to talk to them, and they didn't really want to talk to me. They didn't let me talk to him at all. And I brought stuff to offer, and they said that they didn't want any of it. And so when I was coming back, I was walking on the road, and a carriage, well, it was more like a cart, went past me, and they hit like a bump in the road from all the rain and all the rivets and all that, and a bundle of the water clary fell out of the cart, and I didn't really know what it was, but I saw it, and I'm really good at plants. I'm really good at taking care of plants, and I brought it home, and I figured out how to grow it, and it does really, really well in really, really wet soil and a lot of water. And my farm had been flooding for a really long time, and it didn't go away, and I didn't know how to fix it. And so I figured if I grew this, then I would have a lot more something to offer than nothing at all. And so I figured out how to grow it, and it really liked whatever was wrong with my soil. And well, I brought it to the palace, and then they seemed really interested. And then they said that that I need to keep growing it, and that I can't grow anything else because they need all the space for all the stuff that I can grow. And then they sent a bunch of guards to my house, and they just kind of always are there.
So you found it?
Mm-hmm.
Just on the street?
Well, it fell out of the cart.
Was there more in the cart?
I don't know. They were going kind of quickly.
All I'm saying is that the only way that could possibly be true, quite frankly...
Do you think that I'm lying?
I haven't finished my sentence, Tavermion.
I'm sorry.
The only way that could possibly be true is if it was on purpose.
The water clary falling out of the cart?
No one would have it casually, that much of it, especially just in the back of a cart.
Why do you think that it would be on purpose?
I don't know. Do you not know? No, I don't know. But it is expensive and precious and useful and significant.
Why do people need a lot of it? Are they using it all the time?
I don't know why they would need a lot of it, especially in times of peace. Was it only
ever used during the war?
I mean, I don't know the entire history of water clary. I know that it was discovered by accident. Its sort of future-telling properties by a distillery. They were using it to flavour some alcohol. They discovered that if they dissolved it in alcohol, that, well, let's just say, suddenly there were no other distilleries in the Odazyr Clan.
Is that how you use it?
Yes, for that purpose. I don't know how you make a painkiller out of it. It's sort of funny to think of using it for that purpose. Well, it's not like we had a lot of other options. I'm not criticizing you, it's just like using a top shelf bourbon to cook with.
It's kind of weird because there was an earthquake, and that's what made my farm flood, and then my mum got hurt, and then I found the water clary, and the water clary was able to help my mum, and she wasn't in pain anymore. And it just all happened so close together that it kind of does feel like it was meant to happen, but I really don't know why somebody would want me to have it.
don't know. I mean,
The earthquake, right? You said his foot.
what about it, Effield?
I think he's gonna give him like a look that's like, kind of like a, do you really, like, you should tell her, man.
Do you want to roll Tavamil perception to see if she can...
Yeah.
Well, you do insight, because you can see them that they're doing that.
12.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. You can tell that there's some sort of conversation going on.
Is there something about it that's important? I don't know.
Me neither.
Seems like there is. What is it?
I don't know if it changes anything. If she knows.
So there is something.
He's talking to... Just so you know, he's talking to Ethia.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at Ethia.
I don't know. Maybe it's important. What is it?
It happened sort of strangely.
What did?
The earthquake.
Alright.
I know you don't remember a lot of that time.
Yeah.
Because you were knocked out for a lot of it.
I thought I just fell over.
Well, I think that, I think you were knocked out for a week.
What?
Something like that.
That long?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I know that?
Because we didn't tell you.
Why not?
Thought there were bigger problems we had to fix. I
Like what?
suppose.
Like the flooding?
Well, I mean, the house was a bit roughed up.
Hmm.
Seemed like it sort of... I don't know how it works. I don't know how it worked. Underneath the house, it seemed to be more protected. You would think the opposite way, but maybe because it didn't want to affect you.
What didn't want to affect me?
And the fields were disastrous, but...
What are you talking
So we had
about?
to fix that. And of course your mum was hurt.
Lucien, you're talking about the earthquake like it is a person.
I really don't think it's relevant.
What isn't?
What happened exactly? I don't think it's relevant.
Was it not just an earthquake?
I don't know what it was. I saw I heard it at first and I saw it from the far end of the road.
So what?
The ground shaking.
Hmm.
It wasn't shaking where I was, but it was shaking there. So I ran over and I heard your mum screaming. I found her, took over to Sinford's house and went back in looking for you.
It was just my house that was shaking.
It's just your house. I ran upstairs and your mum said that was the last place you were. It was in your room. And opened the door and you were standing there. Your eyes were glowing.
What?
You were soaking wet. bits of sort of silvery, bluey, I don't know, splashed all over. There's broken glass. And I grabbed you. So Earth was still shaking. And all of a sudden they stopped glowing. And you started crying. So I picked you up and took you over to Semford's house too, and by the time I got out of your house you were asleep.
What? Why didn't you ever tell me about this?
He was looking at you, he's gonna like look around the room and everyone goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I'm not, pretend we're part of the walls.
Yeah.
He looks back up at her. I mean, when you woke up, we realised that you didn't remember what had happened. We thought maybe it was better that you didn't know.
Why did you think that?
You're sort of out of it still. And then it was when you were better. Sort of no reason to sort of deal with what had happened, I suppose.
What do you think caused that?
Well, it was after that I started asking you to be careful about your potions.
I think it was a potion that I tried to make.
I wanted to ask you to stop making them, but your mum said that... Well, maybe I shouldn't say. In any
What did Mum
case,
say?
I decided it would be wrong of me to go against her wishes.
What did Mum say?
She said that your father was gifted with alchemy. She said that it connected you to him. The only
Dad.
thing...
My dad.
She said it was all you had of him. She said it'd be wrong for me to take that away from you.
Did she tell you anything else?
No. Only that the effects of his potions were a bit more predictable.
Okay. She's gonna turn around. So tomorrow we're leaving. And Dalen, you're going to go write the letter. And if you might go with him. And Yezi, you might try to find somebody tonight. Is there anything else that we're going to do?
Well, I mean... I think it would be important to discuss what it is that we think, what the motivation could be.
Frentius was really nice to me. I don't know why. They didn't seem to want to hurt me. What if all of this is just about the water clerie? What if they knew about it before yesterday? And, I don't know, they got word that she was in town and knew that that she wasn't at her farm?
Yes, but why did they burn it down? Why wouldn't they just take some or something?
Maybe because they don't want her growing anymore. It's hard to grow crops when they burnt
But why would the Weftway clan in times of peace do something like that? I mean, unless they're afraid they're going to be attacked.
Do you think that times of peace are actually peaceful?
All I'm saying is, if that's what's going on, then that's what's going on. These are the stakes, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, what we know is what's happened, and I'm not really sure if they're scared that Talenthy folk are trying to plan another war or something like that. But what I do know is that they made the first move, didn't they?
Well, I mean, it appears that they tried to do it stealthily. I mean, the farm it's a farm. No, it's sort of out in the open. I would imagine it's not hidden away.
No, it's not.
That's odd to me, is what I mean.
Well,
relatively conspicuous, no?
How would they hide it?
So you're saying maybe they wanted to be found.
But the Talenti people wanted to be found.
They want to be found growing water clary. Maybe they didn't mind having others know.
Well, you think it's like a power move or something like that?
Something like that. Well, I know that clearly, I mean, it was relatively... There's a general held belief that, among high elves at least, that it was Kaiser's military brilliance which won the war.
Kaiser?
The former king.
Of?
Before Enza.
Westway people?
Yes.
Alright.
Well, he's gonna look... Lucian looks at Iffy. We all know the truth.
Does Iffy know the truth?
The truth of which Lucian is speaking is...
Oh, who actually won the war?
No, it's that there's a consensus amongst the non-high elves that the reason the Weftway clan won is because of water clary. Because they could see the future.
Okay. I mean, it's real easy to win a war when you know what's going to happen.
All's fair in love and war?
What? Honey, I don't think they were playing fair.
Finally, why don't you take a walk to the Fanes Grove Cemetery and tell it to all my dead brothers? I knew some Weftway POWs were buried there as well. Perhaps I can tell my mother. Maybe she's among them. All right. Well, so anyway, but you're saying it's not true?
What's a POW?
Yes, I'm saying that. Well, what I'm saying is that that's the general consensus.
What? I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude or anything like that. But what's a POW?
It's a prisoner of war, Tav.
Oh.
What I'm saying is... I think there's a chance that we have our head up our asses. There's a chance that you're all right. I think it's a very good chance. So, if that's how the Talenthy clan see it, and they're looking to win a war, I can't imagine how else they'd go about it. At the very least, they want us, as it were, to know that they are preparing.
Why would they want to start a war? Well, honey, why does anyone want to start a war?
Because they lost.
Well, how did they lose? I thought that the treaty was that everyone was going to live together peacefully.
That's not what we wanted, Tav.
What do we want?
To win.
What would that look like? Honey, that means that the Talenthy folk are the only one that are making decisions around here.
But at that time it would be the Talenthy, the Horaviok, and the Toadsfroth.
Yeah.
We wanted to win. But, so now you know. It's the point. I'm not saying it's right or good or whatever, I'm just telling you that's the way it is. So,
Do you think that if that's the way that it is, the Tembra Talenthy would even care that the farm is destroyed? Would even care to help?
well, if it was growing a strategically significant crop, I would imagine that he would care.
But if he wanted it to be found, then what did he think was going to happen?
I don't know what other lead you have, Tavamil.
Don't have any.
Well, he can be happy that they played right into his hands. If that's true, which I think would be generous of us to assume it was. We were poised for an overwhelming victory. I mean, the treaty wasn't technically a loss for anybody, technically. But it sort of was for us, because of... Even once the alliance between the clans was established, we were going to win, we were. And nobody knows why King Kaiser settled on a treaty instead.
Maybe he didn't want to keep fighting.
Maybe he got sick.
With the water clary. Getting sick off of water clary.
Maybe he got sick.
Somebody gonna tell me why that's important?
You've never used it before. Right? I'd imagine.
Nah, I ain't gonna touch that stuff.
Listen. In desperate times, it will hurt you, eventually, if you use it long enough.
Really?
Yeah, it makes it so you can't sleep.
Hmm.
Well, it negatively impacts your ability to sleep until you can't any longer. Trance even, believe me.
Hmm. Here's a question that's a bit unanswered. Why the Wethway people want Tavamil and her mom alive?
That is a question that's unanswered.
I mean, I can understand wanting Tavamil to be alive because she knows how to grow that stuff. And maybe they wanted to know, they want to use her or something like that. But her mom being alive, I mean, sick lady, keeping her around, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that she is for y'all's sake, but...
Roll history as Fingers, Yezi, and Ethiad.
Okay.
I'm Fingers with disadvantage.
Okay. 7 for Yezi, 16 for Ethiad.
Oh, wow. Ethiad remembers just now Tavamil saying how nice Frenthius was to her. And he remembers at the... when Yezi was talking to Asen mentioning how Frenthius had not been himself recently. That he was behaving strangely.
Well, I remember when we were doing that thing with Asen, he said that Frenthius had not been himself recently. I don't know if that's significant or not, but it also seemed that well, he didn't make it to the ball, right?
He was late. He was supposed to be there earlier, but he was late.
He was detained by something.
Mm.
Um,
I guess that was Tavamil.
Tavamil, when did you leave the tower? I don't know. Okay. Was it dark outside? A little bit. It was kind of starting to be dark. Okay. Well, and Austin said that this Farid guy was involved somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Tavmir, you never talked to it, Farid, right? No, it was just Ventius. And then a couple soldiers, but I didn't know their name. They just came to give me pumpkin stew. And then I talked to one so that I could change. And then I talked to another one, but he pushed me out the window. Okay. And so Frentius was the one that obviously interacted with Tavamir. Farid never did, but Farid men took care of Lucian, and then he was going. If you said that Farid's men was what that Farid was going to be at the warehouse, yeah, they said if I stayed there any longer, or if they kept this up or something like that, that he was gonna be there. And then I heard a carriage pull up, and I booked it out of there with Lucian. Okay, and then Farid's men is also told the gangrene about them wanting to know about me and Fingers. Do you think that maybe they don't even know what's going on?
Who's they? Who's they?
I don't like.
You mean like the?
Do
king?
you think that maybe, or maybe even Frentius himself? Do you think that Frentius would have another general's men on the case about it? I don't know anything about politics or soldier stuff, but if he was a general, wouldn't he just have his own?
He's a major.
Frentius. Okay. Why does Ferith have special men then?
This would be something that maybe Ethiod wouldn't know, but everybody else would know and can share with him. They're like bigger families that have big tracts of land that they maintain themselves, and they would need guards that are kind of specific to their family. So it's like that type of affair. It's not like he has his own militia. They're just his like men that are like that have sworn to protect his family and stuff like that.
The other reason why I don't think that maybe the king knows anything is he saw me, and I made eye contact with him and I waved at him, I think.
Well, I mean, he didn't know who you were, though, you know.
But if Farid's men were looking for us, they would know.
Were they were already looking for us by then?
I don't know when they started.
Well, I can tell you that it would be surprising to me if the king was aware of all of this, only because this is the ball was King Enza's first public outing as king after taking over the throne of his father.
Why did he take over the throne?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
He took over the throne of his father. This is his first outing, and they wanted to do it at Waypoint Out because it's a symbol of the treaty. Yeah, I was wondering, this doesn't seem like the safest place for a young, what's he like? Is like an 18, something like that. Yes,
He's 18.
yes, he's 18.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, we were all surprised. Yeah, like his first, whatever you said, public outing.
Doesn't the Westway people have really good healers? Is that not true?
Yes, what does that have to do with the king?
If he's sick and they can't fix it, do you think maybe they knew that my mum was sick?
I don't know.
Do you think maybe... It's probably dumb. Never mind.
Was it?
Well, do you think that maybe if they knew about all of this beforehand, because I really don't think that they found out today and then made all of this happen today. I feel like that's really impressive if they did do all of this today and not plan it out beforehand. But maybe they knew that my mum was sick, and maybe they knew why. And what if the king is sick because of the water clary and the Westway healers? I was told by Lady Gwynth that that you guys have really good healers. If they don't know how to fix it, maybe they don't want to experiment on the king. Maybe they want to try to figure out how to do it using other people that are sick. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but
I think it could be true. But we will find her, so you needn't fear.
I know we'll find her.
Regardless of how long it took to coordinate the attack, I will say it is quite surprising to me that they would attempt something like that on a Talenti citizen during the ball whilst the young king was so far away from home. Seems as though they thought maybe they were going to miss the opportunity.
Maybe because I was gone.
Perhaps. Maybe they, I don't know, wanted to stop it as quickly as they possibly could. I mean...
Like if they just found out about it.
I mean, how long does it take to grow? I don't know, but...
Not very long.
If they came back in too long from now, you could have sent all of that you had to the Talenti family. Maybe they felt they needed to...
Well, did they take any of it? And she kind of looks at Lucian and Yezi.
I was a bit busy, so...
They didn't. At least not from what I saw. They just burned it all.
Well, maybe they know it's dangerous. Whoever did it.
They are Westway people. They wouldn't know about that.
All of it is dangerous, though. That's my... How... I suppose, I mean, that could be true. I would think that would be known to us, unless it's not something that we can readily get our hands on anyway. I mean, recently it's become even more difficult to obtain. My father told me about this. He had mentioned something to that effect, and if I should happen to find or hear of some, that I should tell him.
Well, why has it been difficult to obtain?
I'm not sure. It's not... I can tell you, I don't know of anyone ever who's used it personally, and I've never heard of any ill effects?
Or maybe they didn't want people to know that there was bad effects. I think that makes sense. I mean, hearing that a king is sick can make you look vulnerable. Isn't that true? Kind of like hearing like a king's dead. Like all of a sudden, there's just a new king. Nobody tells you about the time in between.
I suppose that's true. I know that he must have used it quite a bit because my vision that I had of you was seconds long. The only reason that I happened to know where you were is because I recognized the house across the street. To see anything more than that would have required a lot more.
So he's using a lot of it.
I suppose. How else does one win a war with it?
Do you think that anyone else was using it?
I don't know. I would imagine they were. His advisors, perhaps?
Would Fenthius be an advisor?
I'm not sure. He might be an advisor to King Enza, but I couldn't tell you. And if the effect, the negative consequences there, whether or not you use it for its intended purpose.
Well, I think that we have theories about what might be happening. But I think that the only way that we are really going to find out more is through the king. Through King Talenti.
Well, why did he summon you to the castle anyway?
I don't know. The letter didn't say. Maybe he knew that something was going to happen.
Do you think so?
Well, I mean, you get a letter summoning you to the palace, and that day, all of this happens. It's a bit of a coincidence, don't you think?
Did one of the guards deliver it?
The letter?
Yes.
No, a pigeon.
Oh, it came by pigeon. Okay,
But a really, really big pigeon, and it could talk. It said, actually, it said stuff that sounded like, your voice, Ethiod. What? It said stuff, that sounded like your voice, like in your accent. It said something like, what is it? Like in your accent. And, then it said in a male voice, I could use a stiff drink. And then it said something else too, but I can't really remember. But I know that it sounds like me now too.
Thalen is looking at Lucian, and Lucian is looking at Thalen. I didn't see it, mate, if that's why you're looking at me. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Do you think I'm lying?
Pardon me, Tavamil, but it is a bit surprising. I mean, a bird that can talk, I mean, regardless of whether or not it was large.
It was bigger than me.
What?
Fingers, you saw it.
I did. It was on the carriage. It dropped. That's what it dropped. It dropped the water clear, didn't it?
Well, that's what you said. I didn't know that it took any.
Well, that's how I picked it up.
Well, wouldn't that be? Okay.
Is that not noteworthy to anybody else? I mean,
I'm trying to say that right now, that it is.
I mean, Lucian, really. Well, listen, mate, I gotta tell you, I was a bit preoccupied at the time. And the only other person who knew was Semfit. He doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. I had a bit other things going on, so.
I maybe one of those voices was Timber Talenti. I mean, for sure, the one that sounded like me is not. That why would that be a thing? I mean, I guess maybe if he's sending, like, okay, how does pigeons work? Phelan, you were saying that pigeons have to find their way back home, right?
Yes, I mean,
So everybody has like their own kind of set of wings.
do you all not send letters?
I have other people do that for me. I don't have anyone to send letters
You've never
to.
been around letters being sent? Am I crazy? I know how to send a letter.
I don't.
Yes, he does too.
Well, sort of.
Oh. How did you send them?
I would give it to somebody else to send.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I don't need to, but I could if I needed to, you know?
All right, nobody's answering my question. Everybody has their own set of wings, right?
Yes, I mean,
So that pigeon goes, sends a letter, and then comes back.
yes.
All right, so that pigeon sent that letter from Timber Talenti is Timber Talenti's, right? Was that
I would imagine that would track. Yes,
all right?
that's what you mean.
That's what I'm asking. Now, Ethia, that was your question. Yeah, I guess so. Why would he be having contact with the Odazyr Clan?
That's a good point, Effion.
Yeah. They had nothing to do with the war, really. And, if that's... Tavamir, you said that it sounded like you after you talked to it. Mm-hmm. It said that I'm not a monster, and that I love you, and that you're pretty, and other stuff that I was telling it. And it said it in my voice. Okay, so it can mimic people that it comes in contact with. So it has to have come in contact with the Odazyr Clan, or somebody who really sounds like it. They sound very specific.
I think that makes sense. I'd imagine that by now word that the farm has been burnt down has made it back to the castle anyway.
Do you think so? They're kind of playing it off like it was just some random farm, aren't they not?
Who are they? Talenti?
The Vethway people.
Well, I mean, yes they are, as it turns out, but I mean, they've sort of taken over the search for Lucian. I imagine there was some sort of conversation about that. The Waypoint Town doesn't typically have this many Wethway guards in it. Soldiers, military personnel. They're only here because of the king. So I suppose since there's so many, they took over the search, but now that I suppose the king is safe and...
Well, why would they tell the Talenti folk about them burning down the farm? How would they find out about it?
Well, it's not that they would tell them about them burning down the farm, it's that they would, I suppose, help them try and find Lucian.
You think they would? I mean...
If they're going to try him as a criminal, or at least they're going to make it appear that they are.
I guess so. But none of the posters said what farm was burnt down. And, I mean, Lucian, did they know that you are around? Did you ever go to the palace with Tavamir? No, I went by myself.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, they don't know that you are associated with Fenra Farm. So, would Timber Talenti really give two rats' asses about...
Two?
You know, I like doubles. About a farm burning down.
One
I
of his
mean...
subjects, their property being destroyed. I would hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so. What you hope doesn't always turn out.
He ought to.
Well, all I'm saying is...
I'm not saying that the Withway people bloody sent a pigeon to him to let him know.
I'm not saying that either. What I'm saying is, if word got back to him that a farm burnt down on his lands, he doesn't know that it's the one that he has a lot stake in.
I'm sure he knows it was Fenra Farm.
Why are you sure about that?
There's Telenthi guards in Waypoint Town. You think they hear Telenthi Farms burnt down?
You think that they know about it?
They're probably the ones who found it in the first place.
Well, you don't think that maybe the Wethway people put out those posters?
Of course they did. You're missing my point.
What's your point?
Telenthi soldier, Telenthi guard, any citizen sees that the farm's burning down, they go tell whoever. A guard in the city.
I guess that's right. Well,
there were so many Wethway guards there for the king that he probably took over. They wouldn't want something so dangerous happening so close to town.
I could see that happening.
So I'm sure he knows.
Maybe he doesn't think that anything's necessary because he sent that letter out already. Or maybe he thinks Tavimil's dead. I mean, farm burned down, you're wanted for murder and arson. May think that Tavimil went down with it.
They may think that. Sure, it also means they're looking for me.
Well, we already know that.
I mean, the Telenthi.
I guess so. Well, think about it this way. If they think that Tavimil's dead, maybe this trip ain't gonna be that hard. Nobody's looking for her. Except for maybe...
The Telenthi aren't looking for her, but the Withway.
I was gonna say, maybe except for folk at the Waypoint Tower, but...
Tavimil, you said that nobody recognised you on your way into the city.
Right. Even the god in the forest didn't seem to recognise me. Maybe it's all contained.
Yeah, maybe it's only the people who burnt the farm down who knew you are. Only the people at the tower, and everybody else is sort of in the dark. I mean, they'd be looking for me, but not you.
Maybe this trip's gonna be easy peasy.
Hope so. I don't know if I can stay here, though.
What do you mean?
The Withway and the Telenthi looking for me.
Where would you go?
I've no idea. You can stay here, man. Thing is, I wouldn't want to put anybody in danger. You're not going to put anybody in danger. Like, my mom's really good at hiding people. She's really good at it. Nobody's going to mess with you. We'll see.
I'll be here.
Oh, now I can relax.
Oh, thanks. You know, I mean, I did pull my weight a little bit.
But the Telenthi, would they come to the orphanage? Who, the high elves? I think that their PR sucks enough that I don't think they're gonna go mess with an orphanage. You know? Come knocking on the door and,
What, the Telenthi?
No, the Wethway. They wouldn't want to make themselves look any worse than they already do. No offense, Thalen. Forever none taken. I understand. But the Telenthi, I don't know. You know, I mean, listen, they might, but what are they gonna do? Barge their way in here? And that's not gonna happen. And even if it did happen, it's not going to.
The only thing about the Telenthi wanting to find Lucian is that unless they believe the story, I feel like they would be more inclined to listen to you
then maybe Wethway people would be, because the Wethway people know that the story isn't true, or at least a lot of them don't, right? The Talenti might be more willing to listen to you. So even if they did find you, I don't think that would mean the end.
I think there's some Wefway who believe that the story isn't true, but I think that those are contained to the ones who know about Taverny or at the waypoint, who were there, who burnt the farm down.
Well, yeah, but they've falsified the story, so of course they know that it's not.
I don't know that the Talenti would believe me anymore. They might be more angry since they think I destroyed something. I don't know.
Well, then it's even more important that we get there soon, and have the whole thing be explained. Then at least that way we don't have two clans, two full clans being against us.
Well, Effiod, how good are you with disguises? Because you're going to need quite a few, I think, unless you all have some other way of sneaking out of here without being seen, all of you.
I also have a disguise kit. I can try to help you. Okay. Look, my experience with that is contained to disguising myself, and then earlier, I guess yesterday. So I can try. I just, if they're not good enough, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's carriages. We could try and take one.
No. Like, steal one. We are already on a blacklist, fingers. I think it would be really noticeable if we stole a fucking carriage.
They would have to know it was us, you know? Look, I'm just trying to think.
Take the carriage to go to the palace?
What?
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I really don't
At least
think.
get out of the city.
Well, a carriage goes missing, right? And people are trying to look for it. Put descriptors out and all that, and then what? You are found in this carriage? Even if people don't know who you are, then they know that you're somebody who stole the carriage. It might be less conspicuous if you just on foot.
I'm saying if the disguises don't work out, that's all I'm saying.
Oh.
I mean...
Well, I'm going to have to practice tonight, it seems like. We'll see how good I am.
Yeah, well, I'll get you some, we probably got crayons and construction paper somewhere.
I got a full set.
Well...
I feel like we're not any closer to the answer.
I don't feel like we are either, but I don't think that that's a problem.
Why don't you think that's a problem?
Well, I think that it's not a problem because I feel like we don't have all the information. So how could we have an answer if we don't have all the information? Also, it seems like it's a really big puzzle. And my mum really likes puzzles, but sometimes she has bits that are missing. And so you can't see the full picture if all those bits are missing. And I think that I'm really good at finding all the pieces for her. Sometimes they're under the couch, sometimes they're left in the kitchen. But I think that to find a piece of it, we have to go to Timber Talenti. Because he might know what's going on. He might be able to give us a piece of it. And we don't know where else maybe all the pieces would be.
Yeah.
Well, you'll leave in the morning then.
I guess so.
Takes a full day to get there on foot from your house.
Do you know how to get there from here?
Of course I do.
How long will it take to get there from here?
A bit closer, but not much.
Alright. Can you write the map in Elvish so that I can read it?
Can't read Elvish.
Oh, yeah.
I think she looks down all sad.
Alright, in common.
Alright.
Draw it all out. Well, alright, cool. So I guess we'll just be getting ready then.
I guess so.
Unless there's...
So you guys have to do your stuff, right?
Who?
The letter and hail?
Letter, yeah, for sure that. Yes, I will be putting that in motion next, I suppose.
I'll be coming with you.
Remains to be seen.
Listen, I believe in your skills. And she looks at Ethiad. Oh, okay. That's a lot of pressure.
Alright, well, we're gonna not do that, so you don't have to worry about that.
Not do what?
Nothing. The other thing.
Go find her.
Yeah.
No discussion?
You really want to put us in that situation? What happens if we get found out and then...
You don't have to come. Fingers, he might have information.
We'll talk about it in a second. Alright. Well, anything else? Anybody want to share with the class before we...
I really like all you guys. And thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I like you too, Tommy.
Really?
Mm.
Well, I'm glad.
Yes. Well. Right. Well. I guess we'll let you go back to sleep. Yeah. Right. Well. All of you. Godspeed. I'll be here if you need me.
If you want to come downstairs with me, I can try to make you look different.
Alright, that sounds like fun. I play dress up with the kids sometimes, and that's gonna be like a more intense version of dress up.
Please don't call it that.
Okay.
She's gonna like go downstairs with him.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk?
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Okay.
He's gonna like stand up and like put his hand out to help you up
Mm-hmm. She takes it.
and walk out of the room. He's gonna like kind of look at Lucian, and Lucian's gonna like they're gonna share a meaningful glance at each other.
Can Tavmil roll insight?
Yeah.
16.
There seems to be some sort of like Lucian doesn't really take to people that often, and it seems like he is sort of taken with Fingers specifically.
Okay.
And Fingers doesn't really seem to have picked up on anything unique about their relation. He's just like Fingers seems very concerned about Lucian, but Fingers seems very concerned about everyone all the time. So it's kind of like it's weird in the Lucian to Fingers direction, but not in the other direction. And they leave, and then you're alone with Lucian, and he's kind of like. He's leaning up against a bed frame, and he's got his head kind of to one side, and he's, like, looking up at you in a very, like, I know you got some stuff to say way.
Why are you looking at me like that?
How would you like me to look at you?
I don't know. You should probably get some sleep.
You, reacted strongly.
To what?
Nothing.
To what?
I already know that you don't You think I'm hiding things? You don't trust me or something? I didn't want you to feel that way more. Ethio didn't know what he was talking about, but I guess he thought it might be relevant. You can see that wasn't.
It just made me a bit sad, is all.
Did it?
Well, my mum got hurt because of the earthquake. And if it was because of me, well, I don't want that. And I didn't know about it, so I couldn't apologise.
It was a fluke, Tav. It's never happened before, it's never happened since.
Well,
it just happened.
Yeah. A couple other weird things happened. I had a weird dream about Mum and you. And it was like, it was a nice memory, and then Mum kind of turned all pink and bubbly, and it's kind of hard to remember, but it sounded like it was crying, and then said, it's like, I don't know, like Mum was talking to me or something and saying to come find her. And this was before I knew that she was gone. And also at Lady Gwent's house, before I left for the ball, there was kind of like another earthquake, and I saw really big fish jump out of a pond, and it made like the whole ground break and shake, and then they went to come get me, and I asked them about it, and then I looked back and nothing happened. There was nothing wrong. And then when I did the thunder wave, this is a little bit weird, but another eye was on my head for just a little bit. And I don't really know what causes it, but I've had other weird stuff happen before when I use potions, at least ones that I'm not really good at making. And maybe if I never did that, my mum wouldn't have gotten hurt, and I wouldn't have had to grow other stuff, and none of this would be happening. Why should Mum care if I have anything about my dad?
What do you mean, Tav?
She never tells me about him. And I used to ask her about him, and it would just make her really sad. She wanted me to have something, a connection to him. She could have told me about him. She could have told me stories of what he was like, or why he left. Not this thing that I didn't even know that he did. That I didn't even know was a connection to him.
Tavi. He's gonna grab your hand. You alright?
I'm fine. I don't get it at all. If you have a kid with someone, feel like you love that person enough to do that with, why would you want to leave? If you love that person, and if you love that person, wouldn't you love the kid? And I just don't get how you could do something with that, do something like that with someone, and make a little person, and then just not want to be around. So why should I have to care about him if he didn't care about me?
I didn't realise this bothered you so much still. You don't have to care about him if you don't want to.
I don't know what I want.
Tevi.
It seems like everything about him is bad. He left and he makes my mum sad, and I don't know anything about him, so it's just something that I think about sometimes, and I don't know anything about it, and I can't ask anyone about it. And then the only thing that apparently that I had a connection with him with hurt my mum again. And it's a bad thing. And I didn't even know that.
If she hasn't told you what happened, then
I'm sorry
why are you sorry?
for crying.
Don't be sorry. He's gonna put his hand on your cheek and wipe away the tears.
I shouldn't cry about it.
That's why I didn't want to talk to you about it. I knew it upset you.
Glad that you did.
Are you glad that I did?
I don't like being kept in the dark. And I feel like a lot of people do that to me. Because they don't want to take the time to explain stuff to me.
That's not why.
Why do they do it?
Maybe they think they're doing the right thing by protecting you from things they don't want you to know.
I don't want to be protected from information. I want to know stuff. Because if I don't know stuff, I feel really dumb and really confused. And those are really bad feelings.
You're not dumb at all. Whenever somebody with my last name killed their whole platoon, it wasn't me.
Of course it wouldn't be.
That's why Meredith didn't want to let me in.
Was it your family?
Sure, that's why. It's not important. I'm telling you. Things are... a lot of things like that. Complicated things. That... sometimes I don't want to forget them. But I want to remember all of them. Every detail. But sometimes the details are a bit much.
Why don't you want to forget them?
I have to not forget. It's my most important job. That's where they all are. Still. It's worth it. Of course it is. But it can be quite a lot sometimes. And whenever it gets to be a bit overwhelming, I'll go find you and stand next to you and know that you couldn't possibly imagine all of the things that I'm imagining. You have no clue.
Is that good?
I know you've been hurt before. I know you've been scared. But It's also simple. I want it to be simple. I can just stand next to that. Sort of catch some of it, you know? It's like a glow. I want you that way. I don't want you to be different.
Don't want to be different either. But I don't think that knowing stuff would make me different. You know why it wouldn't make me different?
Why is that?
Because even though I don't know stuff, like details and stuff like that, I still know that my dad left. I still know that you went to war. I still know that it makes you sad. But I'm still me. And I could be different. I could be sad. And I could be mean. But I don't want to be that way. I want the world to be good. And I want the world to be appreciated.
That's what I mean. You have hope, Tav. I tell you that you shouldn't be afraid of the future because you'd be afraid all the time.
Right.
That's because I'm afraid all the time. But I know that you have hope that what I say is true.
I know what you say is true. It's not just hope.
I don't know if you'd still have it if you...
I still know what you say is true even after everything that's happened today and yesterday. That a lot of bad stuff has happened. All in one go. I think the most bad stuff to ever happen to me has happened yesterday and today. Well, I guess really not bad stuff has happened today, but I did find out about some bad stuff.
I just mean that I didn't want to keep you in the dark. Because I didn't... That's all a lie. I did want to keep you in the dark. Because I didn't know how you'd react. And I didn't think I could bear to see you so sad. You don't... Thought maybe I might. Because I don't know you very well, do I? Even after all this time.
What do you mean?
I thought you wouldn't have it anymore, you know? It'd be different. I know I would be. But you're not like me. You're nothing like me.
Well, I think that Mum always tells me that you should treat others how you want to be treated. And I think that kind of applies to the world, does it not? Like, you should treat the world how you want to be treated. And so, if I treat the world like it's good, then maybe good things will come to me. And so far that's been true. I have you, and for a really long time, everything was good. And now it's just a little bit bad. But there's still a lot of good parts. I have a lot of friends who are going to help. And I got to see a lot of new things and meet a lot of new people. And maybe now I won't have to grow up to Clary anymore. And
You won't have to.
I hope so.
You won't have to.
All right. But I think that the best part about life is emotions. And I think that there can't be any good emotions without the bad emotions. Or there would be good emotions, but you wouldn't appreciate them as much. So it's alright to be sad. And it's alright to be frustrated sometimes. But that just means that when you're happy again, when everything is good, it's all so much better. Because you know what it feels like to be sad. And, well, I don't know. I'm really glad that you told me. Even though it made me a little sad, that's alright. Because I'm alright now. Just made me sad briefly.
I guess I treated you how I want to be treated.
You don't want anything to be... You don't want to be told sad things.
I don't think I could possibly handle it. Not anymore.
Well, you got told a lot of sad things today and yesterday.
It's a good thing I'll be alone for the next few days.
What does that mean?
Nothing. I'll be fine, it's just...
I know that you will be. I believe that you will be. And everyone's trying to make sure that you're alright.
I tell everyone to stop wasting their time.
It's not a waste of time. At least not to me. Of course I want you to be alright. I love you.
I'm never alright. I don't think I'll be alright again. So, like I said, they can stop wasting their time. Anyway. Please don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
You can if you want to.
What do you mean?
Today, tonight.
Don't want to go anywhere.
Even if I fall asleep, can you
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't even want to go tomorrow.
Really, you won't, please?
I promise. I just want to be here with you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. More after that.
I feel quite tired.
All right.
I think I'll lie down for a bit.
Okay.
He's gonna scoot himself forward
Mm.
and lie down. Is there anything else Tommy wants to say?
No, I think that she just rests her head on the bed because she's sitting in the chair, and she goes, "Is that all right? Is this all right?"
It's alright.
Okay. And she just holds his hand.
Mm-hmm. So, as we go downstairs in another part of the house, two folks are having a conversation in hushed tones. They're just staring at each other.
Yeah.
We're not going. We're not going. You're not going. I'm not going. What is the purpose of this exercise, huh?
What do you mean, what is the purpose? To find out more information.
Okay, and then we get killed or something. And
He's not going to kill
I'm
you.
not saying he's going to kill us. I'm saying maybe there's people who recognize me, recognize you on our way there. You want to put this all in jeopardy just for a piece of information?
Like I said, you don't have to come.
Look, he knows you're here, right?
I guess so. They were on their way here.
Maybe. We'll keep watching. We'll see if he turns up tonight, you know? Or, I don't know, today.
The only place that I was going to check is the dented euphonium.
Okay, and if he's not there, we come right back here.
Yes. He just happens to spend a lot of evenings there.
Yezi, it's not worth it, Yezi. We walk all the way there from here. Through all the streets. We can't take the tunnels. We find out if he's there and he's not there, and then we come back. And if he is there, who's to say he's not gonna say who you are, tell somebody, follow us. Somebody follows us. He stabbed Thalen.
'Cause
he was gonna kill Tavmil.
I think that he thinks of me like a daughter or something.
He doesn't like me, right?
That's why I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. I'm not. You can't ask me to do that. If it was reversed, you would insist on going.
Okay.
So we're not going.
No. You said that we would check there. And if he's not there...
I changed my mind when I thought more about it.
Why do you think that you can just decide this for me?
It's a bad idea.
It might not be.
What are the pros?
The pros are maybe we find out more about what is happening.
What? Specifically what?
Who knows what? Why this? When this all started? Why they wanted all of the guards dead and all of everything dead?
I think we need
why he didn't take the case?
Why? I think we need a more reliable place that he would be. I mean, what if he has a contract tonight? Then we did all this for nothing, put ourselves in jeopardy for nothing. Maybe he spent a lot of time there because you spent a lot of time there. You ever think about that?
He was the one who brought me there in the first place.
Listen, you're gonna insist on going, then we're going, that's fine. I'm just saying, I think it's a bad idea.
If you're going to come, then I'm not going to go.
Alright. You promise?
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
You seem upset. I don't want to make you upset.
I'm upset because I care about what you think, and it's a frustrating feeling.
To care about what I think?
To care about what other people think.
Well,
I've never cared. You have some sort of magic on me.
Just trying to think of something self-deprecating to say, but I think that it would debase my entire position, and I really am glad with the settlement that we reached, so I think I'll hold my tongue.
I think that might be a good idea.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay with me calling you Mish?
Not really.
What do you want me to call you?
My name.
What's your name?
Fingers.
It's not your name. You don't call me Vane.
It's not your name.
Neither is Fingers.
You don't want me to call you Yizzy, I'll call you Vane.
I want you to call me Izzy.
Alright.
Do you really want me to call you Fingers?
Why does it matter so much? I mean,
I know the importance of names.
you can call me whatever you want to call me. You can.
What does that mean?
You can call me whatever you want to call me. That's what I mean. I mean, my mom calls me what she calls me because she wants to call me that. She doesn't care how I feel about it. She says that it's a nice name or something.
It is? It's nice to say. A bit easier for me to say.
Is it easier for you to say?
Yeah. Fingers. Mish.
It's funny when you say it.
When I say Mish.
Yeah.
What's funny about it?
Doesn't sound so much like a curse.
It's not a curse. I think it is the best sound that could come out of my mouth.
No, it's not. It's a nickname.
A nickname?
Mm.
What's your real name?
This is my real name.
Well, what's the not nickname?
Mishun.
Mishun.
He like shuts his eyes and looks away.
I really like that. Mishun. If, really, if there's anything that you don't want me to call you, I will make myself be fine with it. But Mishun is a beautiful name.
Alright. I haven't heard it in a long time. Since I got to the orphanage.
Really? Do you still not want to hear it?
I don't think I can take it.
Okay.
Now you know, I guess. If you want to call me Mish, you can.
Maybe if I keep doing it, it will make you like it more.
I like it
You do?
when you do it. I just am trying to come to terms with it.
Okay.
Feels wrong. Anyway. I guess if we die tomorrow or something, then you know my...
Mish. She's gonna hug him. My love.
Does Yezi mean anything?
Yeah. It does. It's kind of dumb.
What does it mean?
It means, well, it's kind of, more of a feeling than really anything. So it's it's not like a word. It is a description. It is that feeling when you are at a great height and you look down and you see the clouds and birds soaring and you realize you are higher than them all.
That's a weird name, Yezi.
I know. Well, you know. Like my family are mountain people, so it must mean something to them. I've never experienced the feeling of my name.
How good are you at Really, you've never experienced it before.
No.
Huh. How good are you at infernal?
How good am I?
You already know what my name means.
Do I? Can she roll a history check?
Yeah, I think history would work.
14.
You know that it is their name for a peridot.
Peridot?
Yes, which Yezi would know as a rock is a light green gemstone.
I do. I actually didn't think about that until now.
I bet you can guess why.
Oh, because I didn't know it.
No. Why? That's my name.
Because of your eyes?
I guess they always kind of look like this, so.
I really liked your eyes when I first saw them.
Oh, yeah?
They were the only thing that I could see, but they're really nice. It's kind of funny. They're named after a gem.
I guess so. I didn't really think about it. Anyway, I'm gonna go check on Eliad, make sure he's doing okay.
Okay. I'm sure if he's...
Yeah, I forgot about all that.
It's kind of the exact...
I think I'm gonna hang out here then.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Of course.
He's gonna, sit on the ground and kind of put his head in his hands and, grabbing at his hair. And his head's kind of, forward in between his knees.
She's gonna sit down next to him and, just kiss the top of his head. Everything's going to be all right.
Is there anything else you want to say? Okay. As that happens there, Ethiod and Iffy are doing whatever, and Thalen is there in another room. You're not coming, so I don't know what this song and dance is all about.
Why do you think
You're
I'm not
coming?
coming? Why do you think I'm not coming?
Because I'm telling you, you're not coming.
You ain't telling me the choices I'm gonna make. Thalen, I'm gonna come with
Everson,
you.
this is ridiculous.
Why do you think it's ridiculous?
What's your last name?
Balmery.
Everson Balmery, this is ridiculous.
You gonna use my full name?
I am.
You might as well know my middle name, too.
Goodness, what is it?
You're gonna find it mighty interesting, because my mama actually gave me a Summer Eldrin middle name. So I have name, and then I guess Balmer is the last name. I mean, it could be a first name if you choose it to be. It's Tavir. Efferson Tavir Balmery.
Everson Tavir Balmery, is that correct?
Mhm.
Great. You're not going with me to deliver this letter.
You ain't my dad.
What did you call me earlier?
A good boy. Is that what I called you?
Yes. Would you listen to a good boy?
Shoot, man. What? What do you think that means?
I don't know what you meant by it. I'm telling
Phelan
you.
Moxley, what do you think it means? I want to hear what you think that means.
I don't know. Someone who's smart and knows things. Why are you laughing?
You make mighty good company. You know, you're making me want to come even more. You're real interesting.
Well, no, stop it. How dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not coming. Stop making me laugh.
It seems like you want me to come.
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Look.
Ethiod, help, Ethiod, help
I
me.
am useless.
You are, as it goes. That was mean. I'm
It
sorry.
was.
I don't mean it.
Okay.
Listen, you are going to be so...
I'm going to be what?
All right, Ethiod, work your magic.
Heck yeah, man.
Do you want to roll as Ethiod a performance check?
8.
Listen, I don't know, but I feel
Look,
like
I'm not
I'd be
good
able
at
to
this.
recognize you.
I'm not good at this. I told that. Look, it was a fluke that I
Iffy.
could do.
Ifison,
What?
Tavir Balmery,
Mm.
please look at yourself in the mirror and tell me who is staring back at you.
Well, it is kind of hard to cover up scars and all that, and I would say that's a really big indicator that it's me. But, also, I still want to come.
You're absolutely not coming now.
Why?
Because this is what we've ended up at, and... Iffy,
What?
I understand that you're interested. You want to come. For the sake of it, I suppose. But
Well, I also need to get my mail.
you cannot do that now.
Well, what if my parents think that I'm dead? It's a very likely chance that I am.
You can Can you not send them a letter once we're a bit out of town? I mean,
Well, they also give me some money sometimes. And I don't know, but we're going to a palace, and maybe that will go far away.
I suppose I could send a letter once we're a bit out of town. It's
That's true.
going to be challenging to orchestrate. Also, the pigeon would, if it was Meredith's, it would fly back here. So I suppose it's not possible. So, all right, it would be unfair for me to request of you not to send your family a letter if I'm sending my father one. So I shall not go, after all.
What? Just because I'm going to come with you?
You would be putting yourself in danger.
Why would you care about that?
What do you mean, why would I care about that?
Well, you don't really know me all that much.
I care about you.
You do?
Of course I do.
Well, that's mighty nice of you.
Hey, I'm gonna go like somewhere else.
I feel like I did my thing. Thank you, Ethiod.
Yep.
He's gonna like give me like a nod.
I think Ethiod's like, all right, and just like leaves the room. And she's like looking at Ethiod, then looking at Thalen, and looking at Ethiod, looking at Thalen, being like,
That kid's mighty interesting, if I do say so myself.
Indeed.
Seems like he has a lot of stuff he's got to work through.
Well, suppose neither of us are going now.
What? Listen, look, it's my choice whether or not I go with you or not.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not, because I'm the one who wants to go, and I would like to go alone.
That
It's
doesn't...
my choice for you to not come. It's my choice to go alone. Isn't it?
Not unless someone can stop you.
You can't stop me, so I'm not going to go.
What if I just go?
I suppose I can't stop you.
You're right.
But do you not see that it could be unsafe?
I see that it could be unsafe. Look, I know that I can't see all that well, but I'm not
That's just with, like, the physical stuff.
If you're the only healer, you understand that in that group.
Mm.
If you're not there, listen, I care about you as a person. You seem like, obviously strong-willed, but courageous and kind. And
Oh, shoot, man.
I don't know if you care about us, or me, or whatever, but
If I didn't care about y'all, I wouldn't be coming.
if you care about us,
Right.
then please stay here. So that we will be assured that you will be able to come with us and heal us if something should happen.
Mm. All right.
Really, truly.
Yeah. I'll choose to stay. Man, I really didn't think I would have to use all these skills that I acquired.
Does it bother you?
We don't gotta talk about that.
Well, I'm sorry. If it bothers you, then you needn't come. I mean,
No,
I suppose...
no, man. Listen. I mean, I already kind of broke that seal, didn't I?
That doesn't mean you have to continue doing something that makes you uncomfortable.
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. Nothing makes me uncomfortable.
I don't believe that.
No. I'm not gonna try to convince you.
Well,
I just have certain connotations with it. You know what I mean? And, I'm also not very good at it, if I'm being quite honest. Look, don't get your expectations too high, because...
listen, I think you're the best out of all of us, so I think that's a given.
Maybe. What are your skill sets?
I have none.
You have none.
Being fancy and royal,
That's...
I suppose,
You
according
kinda
to
are.
Tavermeal,
You're a little fancy boy.
a sort of cultural expert or something like that.
Well, I think you are.
Little
I think that
fancy
might...
boy.
Little fancy boy. You don't like
That's
that.
all.
You don't like any of my nicknames that I give you. You don't like T-Dog. You don't like Good Boy. You don't like Sweetheart.
I like all of them.
You do?
No one's ever given me a nickname before.
Really? You're so nicknameable.
Am I? I
Mhm.
suppose that must be true. Well, seeing as I'm not going as well, I can help you take off all of this nonsense that you have on you.
Well, all the makeup and shit.
Yes, indeed. Of course, unless you...
Sure.
It might
Go
make
right
it
ahead.
easier.
She, like, sticks her face out.
Yes. You know what?
What?
I've just thought of something.
What'd you think of?
Makeup.
What about it?
The clothes you're wearing. Tavermeal needs a dress.
Does she now?
She does. Listen, if I'm going to be the fancy and royal expert, I'm going to be listened to, at least in this particular instance.
I'm listening. I just don't get the A to B.
Listen, are you familiar with the newspaper?
Yeah, I actually sell it. Sometimes.
You sell the newspaper.
Sometimes.
Well, how serendipitous. Do you perhaps remember at one point there was a story about a spring allergen who went to go see Tenbert-Talenthy, and it was, shall we say...
Oh, was
that was yes, of course, indeed.
Oh,
So
shit.
we would very much like, by we, I of course mean only me, to avoid such a situation once more.
You don't want to be in the news.
It's not generally no, but also not for this. Also, but if I'm supposed to be, if I will take my position as cultural advisor seriously.
Do you think that we all need dresses? All need to dress up a little bit for this?
Well, I'm not sure who exactly will be seen by Tenbert-Talenthy. Also, I think that...
I won't meet him.
Well, I think that suits would be in relatively short supply. But, I mean, Meredith is a woman.
Ooh, I'm much taller than she is.
Yeah, well,
That might be a short dress on me. Might be more like a t-shirt.
I imagine that there is a dress we could maybe procure for our ward to wear.
Our ward.
Daphne.
You got a funny way of
Tomorrow.
talking sometimes.
Do I have a funny way of talking?
Do you think I have a funny way of talking?
Not at all. I would never say such a thing.
Oh, would you not?
It's a bit funny.
Oh, really?
Your language.
What you think is funny about it? I'm interested. Let me hear it.
I don't know. I'll let you know when it occurs to me.
I'll let you know when it occurs to me.
Stop that at once. Well, either way, we better put this plan into motion. I mean, Operation
Dress.
Fancy and Royal.
Operation Fancy Royal Dress Up Time.
Well, shall we go find Meredith?
I guess so.
All right.
I kind of want to help pick out the dress.
Well, I suppose I would imagine she will let you do that.
I hope so. I've never been in her room before.
Well, we'll go find her. Yes, he's a woman.
Yeah.
Do you think she would have any sort of insight? I've never had to pick out a dress for a girl before. I mean, Tavmil could, of course, pick out her own dress, but...
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Do you not believe so?
Well...
Shall we start by finding Meredith? Indeed. And he's gonna nod at you and go off in search of Meredith. You guys are on the second floor, and she's in the. You look around, and you find her.
Hey, Meredith.
Yeah, what? What is it?
Can we go in your room and find
hold on. I got one of the kids asleep upstairs. What? Huh?
Can we go in your room and find the dress for Tavmil to wear to Timberlantes?
Can you come down here? I can't even hear you.
Oh my god. She
Goodness.
comes downstairs.
These kids think I'm, 20 years old.
Well, you would think I'll be a little bit more sensitive to it since I can't hear out of one ear.
Yeah, you would think.
I just don't think sometimes. Anyways, can we go in your room and find the dress for Tavmil to wear to see Tamra Talanthe?
What? What? Why is she, what?
Oh, we're gonna go see Tamra Talanthe tomorrow. We're gonna be on our way there. She was supposed to see him like 3 days or in 3 days. I don't really. Anyways,
the point is, do you remember the newspaper? Do I
just one newspaper thing?
There was a specific news article anyway, and Savannah had gone to see Timber Talenthe before, but it was inappropriately equipped for it, and it was in the news. Anyway, the point is, she needs a dress, and I'm going to insist upon it. Unless you don't have one, in which case, ignore this entire conversation. I mean, listen, I don't know if it's gonna be on par for what he would be expecting, but I have a couple dresses. I mean, I do have to go to functions every once in a while. I don't know if it's the same size, but we can...
She's a small girl.
I guess so. Yes, and but that's it. I mean, the gift would not going to be able to do anything about that, I don't think. Yes, well, so the reason that Tavimil came to the liquor store, of which I am proprietor of, was to find a gift for Timber Talenthe, which for whatever reason she had decided should be alcohol.
Right.
But I imagine...
Didn't she say something about, like, the bird telling her that?
Yes. Okay.
I kind of want to meet Timber Talenthe's birds. I want to teach it how to say stuff like, fuck.
Ifs and Barry.
You gonna keep using my full name?
You keep being a...
Phelan Moxley.
Hey, can you two, get a room? Anyway, Dalen's look, alcohol? That was what she was gonna get. Yes, it was from we own a liquor store, my family. Listen.
Yeah, we all know. At least I know.
All of you know? All right. Well, listen,
you don't. I mean,
it's a good thing we're getting rid of it then, huh? If everybody knows. You kids. All right. Well, listen.
Listen, maybe the kids don't know, but I sure know.
All right. iffy. Anyway, if you go into the kitchen on the top shelf on the far right.
I know where it is.
Alrighty, well, color me not surprised.
What do you mean?
All right, well, thank you for that. I suppose we'll go tell Tavamil, and if you don't mind, selecting the dresses which you would be okay with her potentially taking to temperature lengthy. Yeah, that's fine. Give me a minute to finish this up. And Thalen's gonna, like, give you a look.
Let's go get that alcohol. She like.
Oh, we're doing that first. Okay, I suppose that's
what?
fine.
Oh, you want? I mean, like, might as well be taking that up to Tavern and being like, here's what you're gonna take, and also you're gonna wear a dress, whether or not
Alright.
you want to.
Well, listen, you're a skyscraper, so you can get it from the top shelf.
You're a little small boy, good boy, fancy boy.
Cease this.
Cease
Cease.
this.
It's a good word.
It is a good word.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
I'm being a bit loud. Maybe
Now,
I should quiet down
Make
people.
yourself useful and get the bottle.
Wow. There's that spiciness that I was wanting you to do. Anyways, it's right here. She like grabs it. She's like, which one do you think I should take?
There's quite a few. Maybe we should take more than one. I'm joking. I do. This one is the most expensive at our store, so out of all of them.
This one you sell at your store.
Yes. That is why it is the most expensive. Don't ask me how she would have gotten her hands on it. What?
That carries a little implication, doesn't that?
It was, it intended to. What's so funny?
Nothing.
All right. Well, we'll take that one then, and then I guess we'll go talk to Tavamil.
Sounds good.
Hopefully you don't wake up Lucian. Well, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Should I maybe not be in the room?
Oh, I guess you're not thinking what I'm thinking.
Oh, what are you thinking?
He's gonna, like, look around,
Mhm.
like, peeking around corners, and he's gonna say, do you think Lucian has ever seen Tavamil wearing a fancy dress?
Phelan Moxley. What are you...
Operation Fancy and Roll.
What are you cooking up?
Nothing. Let's go upstairs urgently.
Alright.
And he's gonna kind of like step out in front of you, and he's walking up the stairs, but like at a brisk, excited elf pace.
You know, when you get all excited, you walk the same pace that I walk normally.
All right, Iffy.
Look, I'm all legs. I got nothing but legs.
I suppose so, and I'm, short, I guess. Go
Aren't
ahead and
elves
roll-
supposed to be tall?
Excuse me? He's
Aren't-
gonna turn and face you.
Aren't elves
It's
supposed
quite
to be tall?
rude.
Is it? She's gonna, like, put her arm on top of his
Get
head. Like,
off of me at once. This is an outrage.
well, why are you smiling then?
No reason, and he's gonna like turn and keep going back up the stairs. Go ahead, roll perception as Yezi, and I'll roll his fingers to see if we notice their tomfoolery.
That one?
Nat 20.
Yes, he's
I
preoccupied.
feel like Yezi's probably like asleep,
Oh, yeah.
and fingers is probably the opposite of asleep. He's probably just like, so many things.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of hanging out one of the side rooms upstairs, and Yezi is what? I'm not gonna say what she.
I think that she's kind of just like thinking about Fingers and like hoping that he's okay, but also like sort of falling asleep, like 'cause she's just like sitting there with him, like probably her head on his shoulder, whatever.
Fingers is like, got his head down. He's kind of like tapping his fingers together. And that's the only motion you kind of detect. Like, from as far as Yezi is, her sleepy self is concerned, her Nat 1 self is concerned, his breathing is, like, metered,
Yeah.
normal pace. He's not, like, moving around or anything like that. So she's, just, that's the only motion that he kind of detects is him, like, tapping his hands. And then all of a sudden you hear him go,
What?
oh, sorry, they're just being loud out there. He's gonna like shake his head and be like, Salem, what is happening? Listen, are you two preoccupied with anything. I don't know. What? Did you go already? Did you go and come back?
We ain't gonna
We're
go.
not going. It's a long story, but instead we've got to get Tavamil. What did she come here to do in the first place? What do you mean come here, man? My head's freaking spinning.
We're gonna get her in a dress, and then we're gonna show her to Lucian.
I missed a lot, I guess. Oh, when she first came into town, you mean? Right? Is what you're talking about? Yes. A drink and a dress. Alcohol, a gift, a present for Temperance Lengthy and a dress, right?
Friggin', if he's gonna hold up the alcohol bit, we got the gift.
Look at that. All right. And then the dress was...
Your mom's getting something.
Oh, my mom is going to let you borrow something. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll go get, what's her name? Tavamil. That's... Sorry. Yezi,
What? But,
you get all that?
I have ears.
Um,
Sorry, that was mean. Yeah. Why is this all so exciting?
I don't know. I
Well,
guess...
'cause sweetheart is. Don't call me that. All right. Nobody likes the name sweetheart. Well, Yezi. Is that all right? Yeah. All right. We figured Lucian probably never seen Tavamil all dressed up all fancy. And he's obviously got something going on for her, so, maybe it would be an interesting reaction.
You guys are,
Can I help pick out the dress?
Oh, yeah. I bet you'd be really good at that. Because yeah, I mean, earlier, wow. You know?
Really?
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, hopefully Lucian's still up,
Oh, maybe he's. I mean, do you think he'd mind waking up, see her in a nice dress? I think that would be a nice sight to wake up to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I guess we'll just have to risk it. He's gonna be knocked out for a good long while, I think, so yeah, I don't think he'd mind.
I guess so.
Yes, well, I hope not. For my sake. At least somebody else would be doing the waking up part.
Do you think that she's gonna want to leave him? We might have to bring the dress up to her.
I mean, I don't see why that would be a problem.
All right. Well, let's go.
All right,
She's
and
gonna go
like,
up
yeah,
there.
everybody goes upstairs. Everybody goes upstairs, and you can hear Meredith, like, you hear her kind of going upstairs as you go upstairs, and you can hear her rolling her eyes. She's just like, y'all are a bunch of 2-year-old. Tavamil is doing what in the room with
She's
Lucian in
just
it?
like, her head is down on the bed, just listening to him breathing, just being like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah. He's, you can't really tell if he's awake or asleep or not, because he'll, like, have his eyes shut for a while, and then just, like, open them back up and look over at you, and then kind of, like, just that type of thing, shut his eyes for a while, so it's kind of like he's, like, just also hanging out there, but not saying anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to go to sleep, but also...
Like, can't.
It's like trying to go to sleep or can't. Well, you can roll an insight if you want to,
3.
Yeah, like he's trying to go to sleep, but he maybe he can't. And
Okay.
He's having trouble, but he doesn't want to talk clearly because he probably would have if he did. And so then, is there anything you want to do or say before this train
No.
blasts through the door? You hear behind the door.
Listen, I probably shouldn't be the one that. I probably shouldn't be the one to go
we're
in
gonna
there.
pick
Because,
it's gonna be a good dress. Listen, if I'm in charge of all of this.
Look, Phelan, you should probably ask her because you got the softest voice out of all of us.
You think so? Well, okay. Should I knock? Do you think I should knock?
I don't know.
Do you want to roll perception stuff?
18.
You hear everyone talking behind the door.
You guys can just come in. I can hear you. Well, all right. If he reaches over Thalen and opens the door.
Lucian, when he sees that there are suddenly people walking in, his eyes are going to open, and he is going to lean himself up against the bed frame again. What's going on?
Phelan, you're in charge of this.
Oh, no. Well, you see, All of a sudden, it seems so stupid.
I don't think it's. You want me to explain it?
No, I can do this.
All right. I believe in you.
Tavamil, Fenra. Do you have a middle name?
I do.
What is it?
Solon.
You have a middle name.
I do have a middle name.
Since when?
Since I was born.
Well,
You have a middle name.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Serene.
This is true.
Didn't know that I had one. How did I know your name and you didn't know mine?
I guess I never asked.
Tavamil Solon Fenra.
Well, Tavamil,
Right.
what did you come into town for?
Like,
Originally,
initially.
yes. In the first place.
To get a dress and to get a gift for Tembra Talenti.
Thalen is gonna, gesture grandly to the alcohol.
If he's gonna, hold it and shake it around.
Well, we've solved problem B.
Gift? Is that
Yes.
what I'm going to bring?
Yes.
I didn't think that I was going to bring a gift because it got taken away from me.
Well, I mean, listen, you've asked me to come along as an expert in what?
Royal and fancy.
There we go. So, this is my offering, number 1, and number 2 is the dress.
Do you have one?
No, but Meredith does, and she's going to go get you some options to try on,
Alright.
so that you can be at least appropriately attired when you go to meet the king of our nation,
Is
for
it
whatever that's worth.
is it going to be like the dress that I was going to wear at the ball? Because
I-
that was really uncomfortable and I don't want to walk.
You will bring it with us, Tavamil. You're not going to wear it the entire time,
Why am I not going to wear it the whole time?
because it's a nice dress. Also, it's Meredith's.
I don't understand.
Well, you keep it looking nice. Just wear it to meet the king, you know.
Alright. So I change before I meet the king.
Yeah. Yes. Clothing.
Alright.
What is confused? I don't know. Anyway,
Well, I don't understand why I wouldn't just wear it the whole time because then I wouldn't have to change.
because you would mess it up.
Would I?
Of course you would,
What does that mean?
Tav.
What?
You'd mess it up.
Why does everyone think that?
It's true. Because it's true.
Alright.
So, you can go. Try it on.
I don't want to go.
Tav, go.
Mm-mm. I promised you that I wasn't going to go anywhere.
Tav, a meal. It's fine.
Can you guys bring the dress here?
Well, yes. I mean, you'd have to try it on in here. Tav, a meal, go, please. It's fine. You can come back in a bit. It's fine, really.
But I don't want to. Can I just try it on in here?
No,
Why?
because I wouldn't like that. Just go. It's fine. You'll be back soon.
Alright.
All right.
Just gonna reluctantly get up.
Mm-hmm.
If
Well-
he's gonna lean down and Thalen and be like, yikes.
He's gonna be like, well, I didn't mean to. Listen, it's fine. You don't have to do any of this. We can.
It's
sort of-
alright.
Okay, well, we'll be back presently. All right, cool. Sweet. So we'll be back in a bit, man. All right. He's gonna just he takes the good arm and
Mhm.
kind of puts it behind his head and leans his head
Mhm.
back into his hand. You all start walking downstairs. You can, if Tommy wants to roll an insight check on the vibe, all of
Yeah.
a sudden she can.
6.
You're kind of focused on the way that you feel. Tommy, I'm really sorry. I didn't
Why are
mean
you
to.
sorry?
Well, I don't know. I didn't want to pull you away from something. It seems like I sort of, I thought it would be nice, but
It's alright.
all right. Well,
I do need the dress. I don't want to be in the news again. Yeah, honey, it was a really bad.
it was really sad. I
look,
mean, don't read it.
It said that you were
like,
Hey,
scandal it?
hey, whoa. I don't think we need to tell her what it said, right? I mean,
Well, I would like to know.
All right, tell her. Forget it.
I mean, you sure you want to know? It was kind of mean.
It's fine, Tavman. You don't have to know. Listen, the point is that we're going to make it not happen again. We've got you.
All right.
All right. And he's gonna lead you downstairs towards just downstairs, and Fingers is gonna be like, "This is where my mom's room is." Downstairs, while everything was going on upstairs, Ethiod was somewhere doing what? What was Ethiod doing?
I think he's just like experiencing the house.
And he's just like, I'm gonna sit here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be like, this is weird.
There's like a little girl in the corner who's just staring at you, watching you try every chair.
What do you want? What are you looking at?
I don't want anything. I'm just watching you.
Why are you watching me?
I don't know.
Stop.
You look like Ekfu. You look like Mish
And
and Ekfu.
because I'm the same race.
Ah,
What's your name?
no one.
All right, no one. Go somewhere.
I don't wanna. Like, you're having that conversation, and then Meredith is just like, "Hey, Ethiad, Mish told me to come get you if you want. Apparently, Tavmil's gonna put a dress on. Don't ask me."
Is that interesting?
No, I figured it wouldn't be to you, but I figured out,
I'm. Okay. It's just like.
Listen, if you're not interested, then you don't have to. But
No, it's fine. He's like gonna go, and he's gonna like make eye contact, like dead eye contact with that kid, and be like, "I better not see you back here when I come back. No one. No one better be here." And he just like leave.
the kid's like looking up at you like, that's really hard for me to compute in my brain. And so you go upstairs, and everybody's walking into Meredith's room, and Fingers and Thalen are gonna be like, "Well, we'll let you
What?
do your thing, as it were. Yeah, we can go hang out.
Try on dresses.
Yeah. Well, this is what we'll do, huh? You can tell me this. You think maybe this is a bad idea, but if they're ones you like, right?
Right.
We'll go hang out with Lucian, and then you can show us all,
Like a little fashion show.
Yeah. Maybe that would be. Unless
Alright.
you don't unless you don't want to.
That's fine.
Because then we can, I mean, not me. I don't know anything about dresses. But Thalen knows stuff about clothes. I don't know. And then maybe he could, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that sounds like a good idea. I think our work here is done. So,
All right, boys, get on out of
all
here.
right. And they they link arms and disappear.
I think I'd like walks at me. He's like, "Okay, so there was no point in me being here if we're just going to leave.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see what they tried to dress on afterwards.
What is the point of like? Why is this so exciting?"
They're just like, they're looking at you like, man, you're 16 years old. They're just like, Fingers is gonna like put his arm around your shoulders, and he's gonna be like, you ever had like you ever thought like a girl was pretty? And
No.
it seems like a place you don't want to go.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, can you take my word for it that this is?
This is for like you guys.
No, ooh, gross. Gross. No, it's listen, just
Can I ask something?
of course.
Wasn't Yezi wearing a ball gown when she got here? Why doesn't Davamil just wear that?
I don't know if it had.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's why.
Can we not wash it?
A ball gown?
I don't know.
I don't know. Actually, Thalen, no, you cannot wash it. It would be quite the endeavor. Hey, Ethiad,
What?
I don't ever want to see that dress again.
Okay.
Cool. So anyway, Fingers loses a little bit of his joie de vivre.
So we're going upstairs?
Yeah, we're gonna go upstairs and go hang out with Lucian. He'll love that, but
Okay.
there's a chance he actually might.
Maybe.
So them three, they go upstairs. Ethiad, Fingers, Thalen go up and kind of like knock on the door to Lucian's room. Fingers like knocks on the door and he's like, and Lucian's like, what is it, mate? We're coming in. And he just like opens the door and Lucian is like unmoved from his position. What are you doing in here? Are you playing dress up or something? Well, we figured we wouldn't watch, you know?
Oh, you.
Yeah, right? Of course. So, anyway, but the point is, she's gonna, like, show us.
Like, it's supposed to be nice, I guess.
Oh, like the dresses. Yes, so, we're going to wait here.
Is she going to show all of them?
I don't know, man. I don't know how many there are. All of them? Listen. I'm going to see like one, maybe one or two. I don't know how many dresses my mom would have, you know?
Okay.
Listen. Just sit and wait, and it'll be great.
Okay.
Roll insight as Ethiad.
Nat 20.
I feel like I should have made you roll perception.
Still a nat 20.
It's still a nat 20. When you all walked in to the room, you saw Lucian relax. Like, whatever posture he was in before, the moment you all walked in the room, he, like, fully relaxed from that and kind of, like, became himself again. And so whatever he's throwing up, you know that at least Ethiad knows that this is probably good that they're hanging out up here.
Lucian. What is, what do you like to do?
What do I like to do?
Yeah. When you're not like you're like a doctor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you're not doing that.
I like to read.
You do?
Yes.
Me too.
Do.
It's easy to steal books.
I guess so. I've only got the one now. Actually, I was going to
I
ask
could get you more.
Could you?
I mean, well, I would have to go somewhere to get some, but...
Well, we have some banging around. I mean, listen, I'm not a big reader. Effie, I can probably tell you that.
Can I?
I don't know. I guess not. You want to roll history, Zethian?
16.
You remember Fingers had to sound out a couple words when he was on board. Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah. So, but some of the kids like it a lot. So we got books. And my mom reads like crazy, so I can get you some of her books. So you.
Lucian, what languages do you speak?
Elvish and Common.
That's it?
What do you mean? That's it, mate?
I'm just wondering if there was any more. I didn't mean anything by it. I only speak. I mean, I guess I speak 3 too, but.
What do you speak? You have to tell me. It's fine.
No, you know. Thieves can't. But that's not. I don't think you could write a book and thieves can't. Draw a bunch of hand motions.
Yeah, I mean, we could try it. It would probably be a fun summer project.
Yeah. Common and infernal.
Oh, yeah. But you, Thalen? Oh, me? I just speak the 2 as well. Well. Yeah. I mean, I've read this before, and he's like, nudges the book that Neelith left. And the girl, was it Neelith? Is that right? Yeah. She left it here. So if you could give it back to her. She might miss it. She seems sort of attached to it. Yeah, I'll get back to her, man. But yeah, whatever books you like. I mean, what kind of books do you like? I can, he, like, takes the book off the thing and puts it under his arm. What kind of books do you like? Oh, anything is fine, mate, really. He's like, roll insight as Ethiad.
14.
He looks like he's extremely uncomfortable having a casual conversation with people.
Hey, maybe we just like sit here in silence, maybe.
That
Maybe-
is your
maybe.
take on that? That was your take? Let's fully stop?
I think Ethiad doesn't know anything.
I love that. He's just like, oh, okay, clearly he's not about, like, he's having a rough time. I know how to fix that. Fingers and Thalen are gonna, like, turn to look at you.
Maybe I'll just sit inside. I mean, you got. Never mind.
What you mean, mate?
I
All
don't-
of a sudden. You okay?
Yeah.
Freaking Epion, like, turns to face a wall. Like, fully, like, I've screwed up this social interaction.
Look, I don't talk. I didn't talk to very many people. I don't really know how to do this.
How to do what? Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm no expert either, so don't fear. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Fingers, that's not true at all, mate. What?
You're really good at talking to people.
What? I don't think that's true. I think you're quite good at it, Fingers. I mean,
Yeah.
you're pretty funny, if I do say so myself. Oh, well, thanks, guys. I guess that's a nice thing. Golly, dresses, huh? I guess they take a while to put on. And downstairs, what is... Because I'm not there.
I know.
Like, Meredith... I am all of the boys except Ethion. It's funny, I forgot Ethion, and then I was just like, okay, this is gonna have to be
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Ethion's there. Yeah, I'm not there. Meredith she's gonna be like, all right, listen, so these are the ones there's 3.
Right.
These are the 3, and just listen, whatever you do, just be a little careful with them. I mean, it's not that they don't
They're
have...
not going to let me wear it until I get there because they said that I would ruin it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that that's probably true, frankly.
Why does everybody think that I would ruin something?
I don't know. I just... Listen, that's not fair of me. And you're right. I don't know you, really. So, maybe you wouldn't. But I think that anybody walking from here to there, long distance, they'd be hard-pressed not to get some scuffs and scrapes and dirt on them, no?
I guess so.
All right, so we got that squared away. So, here are the 3, and I got a lot of stuff to do. So, you can try them on in here, I'll shut the door, but I gotta go ahead and...
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
Of course, you kids have fun. So, the first dress, they are all... Meredith's a little bit shorter than you, but your body size is like basically the similar build, and so you can like get creative with some pinning and stuff to make it all work out. The first one is a completely like silver dress. They're all relatively conservative just because mom and also Meet the King, like she's not like, here's my
Cocktail
date night.
dress,
And so it's silver, and it's got kind of like a billowy skirt and sleeves. It looks kind of like a cloud. Like the sleeves are kind of like those like long clouds that are like trailing in the sky. It has like that kind of like structural component. And the front is like the neckline is like a V-shaped neckline, and then it has a it's like corseted kind of, and the skirt kind of flares out, and it would be a little bit below the knee on Meredith, and so it is a little bit above the knee on you.
Okay.
So that's the first one. And the second one is like a bright red dress, and it has kind of like orange and gold beaded patterns like woven into
Yeah.
the bottom. This one is a little bit higher than like floor length on you, so it would be probably floor length on Meredith. And it has tiny little cap sleeves, and it is well, I guess it wouldn't be cap sleeves, but it's like off the shoulder.
Yeah.
I guess. So it's not strapless. Technically those are straps, but there's a straight line across the neckline
Yeah.
top. It like dips down ever so slightly, and then the sleeves have like a little bit of frill on them. And it's like a deep red, like dyed, and then it has the like beaded bottom. And then the third one is a blue and white dress. It is like a kind of like baby doll eyelet type situation. Like it's very it looks like it's made, none of these dresses you can tell top of mill, like they're nicer than what you are used to, but there is a not that nice component to them, like a lady who needs to look nice on a budget type quality, and this is probably the most that out of all of them. And it's a little bit longer. It's like mid shin, like mid calf length, and it's got this it's very like frilly and blue and white, and it has like alternating panels of the two, and it's very kind of like lacy and whimsical. Like of the three, this is the most kind of young looking, I would say. The other two are a little bit more kind of like austere, but it still is, you know, covered up and nice appropriately, that you can imagine that you could wear it in front of a king, at least in a pinch, and say, look, man, this is what we have going on. So these are your three options. The girlies have anything to say about it?
I think Yezi is going to look at the third one, but I already know that this one we are not going to do. Why not? Well, it's not... the other two are a bit more nicer, if I do say so myself. Do you really think so? I mean, I like all the lace on this one. When you came here, you weren't really wearing an outfit. What do you mean by that? It was like bandages or something. Like you just wrapped stuff around you. I mean, anything can be clothes. Okay, so that makes your opinion invalid. If I'm being honest. If you think that anything can be clothes, then why are we picking out the dress? You know what? I can't really argue with that. I mean, what about that silver one? I kind of like how it shines. Well, I don't know. And she like grabs it and holds it up. She's like, it's a bit short, and I don't really like wearing stuff that's short because I like to be able to move around a lot. And if I'm wearing something that's short, then I'm worried that it's going to like ride up and all that. Yeah, I can get that. I mean, I don't really wear clothes that are clothes, so I kind of secure them to my body. You know what I mean? No. All right. I mean, I could show you what I mean. No, we are not going to do. We are just going to pick out a dress. Look, I already vetoed one of them, and Tavamir, you don't seem to like this one. Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that if I'm not going to wear it all the time, then it doesn't matter how short it is. Well, what do you think about the middle one? Well, and she like looks at it and she's like feeling all the beads on it. And she's like, these are really close to being buttons, and I really like how colourful it is. What does those being close to buttons have to do with anything? Oh, I really like buttons. I do collect them. I'm sure that they're all gone now. Yeah, they honestly probably are. Do you think that maybe if I go back there, I could find them? Do you think that they all melted? I don't think that you should go back there at all. Why not? I think that it would make you really sad, seeing it all gone. Maybe.
Well, anyways, I really like buttons, and I gave Lucian a button bracelet because it kind of looks like that dress. It's all blue and white and stripy, and it's one of my It's I think probably it's on one of the only buttons that I still have, but I don't have it. Lucian has it, but you know, that is that's actually kind of cute. I like that idea. That's kind of like you're carrying a little part of somebody with you all the time. Is it? I just thought that it looked nice. I mean, that's a plus, for sure.
You like, this happens, and you cut back upstairs to. Yeah. I guess it takes a while to put a dress on. What must they be doing?
I don't know.
I don't. It doesn't take this long to put a dress on. Is what I'm telling you. They're chatting or something.
Is that? I mean, maybe that's good.
Do you think so?
Be friends. It's just like looks at him like I don't know.
Can I ask you a question, Ethiel?
No, yeah.
It's about your eyes.
Okay.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I don't know if I want to. Was it your question?
Thalen is looking at you, and then he realizes Fingers is like staring a hole into his face, and he's like, "Forget it."
No.
No, it's Reed. I was just personally interested.
Okay. What is the question?
Well, your eyes are so dark.
Right.
I was wondering, is there like a pupil? Or is it all one color? That's all.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at them closely, they're just kind of all black. I don't know if it's just a big... I mean, I can see really well in the dark.
I mean, why are you asking this? I'm just making conversation fingers. I don't know.
Fingers, I don't mind. It's fine.
All right. Well, I mean, if they're like my eyes, right? I have pupils. Yes, I wasn't sure if there was, because high elf eyes.
Well, my eyes look different from all of yours.
Well, yes, so I wasn't sure if...
I guess it's like it's not a common thing in, tieflings to have full black eyes. It was kind of like the only people that I knew that had it was my family. And, well, there was this one kid one time, but...
Yeah, it's pretty, uncommon.
Yeah.
All right, well, seems like I've brought the mood down, so...
No, I mean, it kind of sucks.
Does it?
It's, like, hard to see in, like, really bright light.
Oh, that's what I've heard. I don't have a lot of patience with, was it dark vision?
Mm-hmm. But, like, really good dark vision. It's
That's
like,
interesting.
It's, like, better than dark vision. I don't know.
That seems useful.
I guess so. I mean, it is good for when I am stealing in the dark.
Do you have the same eyes, Fingers?
What? Your eyes aren't black.
I mean, can they do the same thing?
Can you make them not do this?
Huh?
Can I change what? What are you talking about? Can they do the same thing?
You have superior dark vision. It's whatever. Fingers, can you see in the dark? That was my question. Yeah. That's all. Yeah, I mean, they just look different, is all. Was it quite scary, mate?
Mine?
No, Fingers.
Oh.
Are they?
I don't think that they are.
Yeah, you know, so green. They're so bright. Okay, I'm good at talking though, so I guess it balances it out.
Well, why would that be bad?
It's just so intense, you know.
Mine not. I would say out of the three of us, I look pretty scary, if I'm being honest.
You don't look scary, man.
Do I not?
No.
I have been told that I am. You know, I got the... He, like, clanks together his teeth. And, my ear... I mean, like, my ears could look like elf ears, but they're really, like, batish. I don't know. I kind of look more demon than I do human.
Alright, ma'am.
Okay.
Always hated my eyes.
Why?
Dunno, so blue.
I don't see the problem.
So... I don't know, different.
I don't think that it... Look, when you, have no color in your eyes, seeing people with color in their eyes is, cool.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Finkers. I didn't mean to... it's fine.
I hope that they come up here soon.
Like the word, like nails on a chalkboard conversation. You can go back downstairs.
I think that they have decided on the red dress, and if he's like, all right, well, you might as well put it on now, and then, like, you know, we can see how it fits your figure and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ifris, I don't think that matters when you're seeing a king. He's not going to be objectifying her. Well, I can't hurt. And also, this ain't just for the king, you know what I mean? Who is this for? No one. Let's put on a dress to have me. And she puts it on, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like because she's taller, it's kind of like stretched out on her. And very like hugging, because she's just like a little bit bigger. And I think that Yezi's like, yeah, I think that I think that that's nice. Looks good.
I feel like there would be like definitely some like a straight pin here. You know,
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure. I think
adjustments to be made.
that Yezi says that, and Everson's like, look, I'm gonna get some like pins and stuff. Like, I'm great at this, making stuff look like clothes that fit and are nice. Okay. We should probably like hurry up or something. We've been taking a really long time. Yeah, that's probably fine.
You
It's
like set him
pins.
out like sewing her into the dress.
And Tavia's like, all right, I feel like I'm going to get impaled. Well, just don't move all funny, and then all these pins aren't going to do anything to you. What does it look like when I move funny? I don't know. I mean, you'll know it when you do it, 'cause it'll hurt. Let's go upstairs. We'll show it to
You're
him.
doing that. You're sewing her into the dress,
Yeah.
and we pan back upstairs. Everyone is looking in a different direction.
I think silence is worse, actually.
Yeah. Well, does anybody else do anything for fun? I mean, I don't, so I just work.
What do you guys think about Iffy?
What?
Oh, I don't know. She's
What do
like
you mean?
No, she's like the new person, you know.
Oh, like in the crew?
Yeah.
Like in the
Yeah.
crew? Yeah.
She's really loud.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. She's kind of shifty, you know.
Shifty.
Yes, I think she's great.
You think she's great?
Anyway,
What does that mean?
what was that, mate? Nothing. I just think it's refreshing, you know. I'm not used to all of this sort of flouting of custom and propriety and all of that, and I think it's interesting. It's new, that's all. So, there's your answer.
Why are you getting all defensive?
I'm not getting defensive. You asked me a question, I'm answering it, and you...
Okay.
It seems to happen to me quite a lot. Well, mate. How old is she? Isn't she a bit older than you? I'm not looking at her in that way. Are you not? I don't think so. I'm not. I just...
Look, you guys would have the experience with that.
listen, you're really over... I mean, I guess now... I guess maybe now, but I don't know anything about that. Look, you asked me what we thought about her, and that's what I think of her. So there's your answer. It's all nice, though, you know?
It's all nice.
All of it, yes.
Like her?
No, all of this.
Oh.
It is nice.
Oh. You hear like people walking up the
Yeah.
stairs.
And everyone goes, oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
I think Iffy opens up the door and she sticks her head and she's like, now presenting. What was your middle name again? Solin. Now presenting Tavamil Soul of Fenra in a brand new, spanking new dress. And she like opens the door all the way.
Everybody
walks in.
sits, fingers at Lucian and Thalen at least sit up straighter, like when she walks in.
Doesn't and then sees him do that and he's like, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
like
think
sits up.
Lucian got a little startled when that happened.
yeah.
So, like, the sound of the stairs, so he just kind of, like, whatever. But he's, like, trying to be cash, so he kind of, like, leans back against a bed frame. So, if he opens the door and Tavmil walks in,
Yeah.
did she do anything or say anything?
I think she just stands in the middle and she's like, I don't really know what to do. It's been around.
What?
Like, 360.
Alright.
She, like, just keeps spinning around and then she gets dizzy and, like, stumbles a little.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I suppose there are other dresses, but I think you needn't try them on. I mean, this is... Yeah. Wow. I mean, you look like a... wolf.
Hey, Mish? Hey, Mish, look at me.
He's like, he remembered you were there, and
Yeah.
he's like looking up at you like, listen, man, what I want. You did a good job, Izzy. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks.
He's like biting his
Yeah.
lip. It's compliment. Look, I mean, I just mean, wow, you know? Watch yourself, fingers.
Thank you.
Who are you looking at? Or are you
Lucian.
just looking around?
Yeah.
Lucian is completely like you. When you walked in, everybody else kind of sat up and
Mhm.
really looked at you.
Yeah.
And Lucian kind of just like fell back a little bit more,
Mhm.
like into the bed frame. And he's looking at you with just complete, like, he looks like he's staring at a ghost. Like
Mhm.
he's fully mesmerized.
Hey, maybe all of us should get on out of here.
Yeah, yes, quite. Yeah, I actually have to use the bathroom. Maybe we should all use the bathroom.
I
Hey, Tama, we're all gonna use the bathroom real quick. We'll be right back, okay? And we can talk about your new look. That is very nice. Come on, Ethiad. He's gonna like grab him by the scruff.
I think it's gonna be like, I don't know the significance of any of this. She looks like she is her wearing a dress.
Yes, we're all going to use the bathroom, and we'll be back shortly. And he's like passing a look at Lucian to be like whatever. And you can see, Tamil, that Lucian does not know that Thalen exists.
Yeah.
Like, he's, like, fully staring straight forward. So Fingers leads the charge of everybody walking out of the room.
Yeah.
And the moment the door shuts, Fingers grabs Ethiod. He's like holding onto the back of his shirt. He yanks him back and Thalen and slams them as quietly as he can up against the door.
Okay. Oh. I see. Yezi is like standing in the stairwell, her arms crossed, and she's staring at Fingers, being like upset. Like she's just like.
Fingers is gonna like Ethiod, and he's gonna like do one of these towards you. He like waves you over.
And she like walks forward like all begrudgingly.
What's Effie doing? Is she?
I think Effie's like, I have one good ear. Y'all gonna have to tell me what they're saying.
And so you're all kind of like pushed up against the door. You can roll perception as freaking Tamil if you want to see if you notice that.
Okay. 15.
You can hear something against the door for sure.
Okay. I think that she doesn't I think that she's just like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know what's going on. I think that she's looking at Leishan and she's like, I really like this dress because it has a lot of beads on it, and I thought that it was really similar to Buttons. So I like all the detail on it. What's wrong? She's gonna like walk closer to him. You alright?
Wow.
What?
He's gonna say to you in Elvish. I'm only gonna say this once.
Alright.
So you better listen.
Listening?
Fingers goes, crap, who speaks Elvish? Certainly nobody here. He's gonna like sit up off of the bed frame. And he's gonna reach his hand out for your hand.
She's gonna take his hand.
You look ravishingly beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank God he's married already.
The king.
He's gonna like squeeze your hand. Roll an insight check with advantage.
15.
When Lucian says that, Fingers goes, Thalen, what did he say? And Thalen is like kind of like wistfully smiling.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know, I don't speak Elvish. And with your perception check, Tavmil, you can see that Lucian looks extremely sick. Like, extremely not okay.
Are you alright? You don't
You look sick.
No, I'm not.
What's wrong?
She's gonna like sit in the chair that was up next to the bed and like grabs his hand with both of her hands.
Could you get Meredith for me?
Yeah. And she like gets up and goes to the door and opens it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Like walks down.
Everyone's like,
Yeah.
like scratching their head, like this is where we peed at, directly in front of the door. Like they were not expecting you to appear.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna kind of like blast past them? Okay, cool. And you're gonna go find Meredith.
Yeah.
Does any of your ladies want to do anything about
I think
that?
Iffy's just like,
yeah,
maybe we fucked up.
yeah, I feel like Thalen and Fingers are just like,
Yeah.
Gonna go downstairs now.
I think Yezi's like, we should, let's get that, let's...
Oh, right, yeah, you're all doing the, like, kicking the can down the street, like, just freaking... They go downstairs. Fingers is, like, giving Yezi, like, a...
Don't even look at me right now. And she, like, looks away.
Yezi, baby. Hey, come here, Yezi.
What?
Look, she cleans up good, you know? That's all I'm saying, but...
What was that? Oof.
Did it make you jealous?
No.
I'll go put one of them dresses on, I'll take a look at you.
Okay.
I'll woof twice. I'll woof 3 times.
You want to be there when I put it on?
Woof. That conversation
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And then so Tavmil's going to find Meredith.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody else is just like, we maybe made a mistake in judgment. I mean,
I really don't
think-
know.
listen.
I mean,
Hey, Ivy,
yeah.
did you catch what I caught?
I'll roll a perception to see if she did.
Yeah.
No.
Certainly not. Well,
What did she say?
I'll tell you, come this way. And he's gonna like
Yeah.
pull her off to the side. And Tavmil's going to go find
Yeah, yeah,
Meredith.
yeah.
Cool. So you find her downstairs. She's like got her head inside of the oven, like
Yeah.
playing around with like the wood and like moving stuff around and stuff.
Meredith.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
jeez! And, like conks her head on
Yeah.
the top of the oven. Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's fun.
Can you come upstairs, please? I think
Yeah.
something's wrong with Lucian.
Huh? What was that?
I think something's wrong with Lucian. He asked you to come upstairs and he looked really sick.
What?
I don't know.
He said that.
Can you just come upstairs, please?
with his mouth?
Yes.
Like he said it?
Yes.
What happened?
I don't know.
You don't know anything? Nothing happened before he said that.
I mean, I went upstairs in this dress and he called me beautiful.
Roll the insight check.
18.
You say that. You can tell that Meredith, you have felt this many, many times before.
Yeah.
Meredith is understanding something that you are not understanding.
Well, do you know something that I don't know?
Listen, hold on real quick. Before I freak out and go running upstairs like a crazy person, you're telling me that you went upstairs in this dress and then all of a sudden Lucian told you that he wasn't feeling well.
Yes.
All right. Listen, I'm all on it.
Can you tell
Don't listen. Yeah, what?
what was going on?
He'll tell you. I'm sure he'll tell you. This is not my place to tell you. It's not like I don't want to. Let me go rescue him. And she's gonna she's gonna grab off of the top shelf a bottle
Uh-huh.
and she's gonna grab 2 shot glasses.
Should I come upstairs?
Nope, I think maybe just, take that dress off, put it where you want to put it, and we'll yeah. It'll be
Okay. Are you sure it's all right?
You look really worried.
I want him to be all right.
All right, well, I think that he probably was just She's gonna like look around
Mhm.
at the world, gonna kind of like sidle up next to you and be like, probably just how many times you wear a pretty dress around him?
Never.
Probably just caught him off guard.
How so? It's just me wearing a dress.
I mean, what, he didn't say anything to you, right? He didn't tell you.
Well, you said that I was ravishingly beautiful, and
She like blushes.
and that it's a good thing that the king is married.
Sweetheart.
It was a really nice thing for him to say.
Yeah, it was. Look, he's alright. He's gonna be alright, okay? He's gonna be way better after some medicine. So,
Alright.
just hold tight. Go take the dress off, put it somewhere nice and safe, and he'll be alright, okay?
Alright.
Alrighty, and she's gonna like skadoosh up
Yeah.
the stairs.
Tavmil's gonna go change back into what she was wearing.
And as you can kind of see that, and Fingers and Yezi are bantering on the staircase, you hear Fingers go, "Is that Scotch whiskey?" And Meredith goes, "Nope," and then like keeps walking up the stairs. And
He said what to her? We did a good job.
we did it,
We
and
did
he's
a
gonna
good
like
job.
put his hand out for a handshake.
If he's gonna like slap it like a high five.
It's so funny because I was like, he put his hand up for a high five, and I'm like, Thalen would never. Thalen goes to shake your
Maybe we should
hand.
have a secret handshake. That could be fun.
That sounds exciting.
You wanna come up with it right now?
Sure. The freaking Chaos Twins. Cool. So,
Tavmil changes and then she like goes back upstairs and is like and knocks on the door. Says, "Can I come in now? Is that all right?"
how long did it take you roughly to change?
I think she had to take out the pins.
Oh
and
yeah, so a good
it's
long
probably
while.
like 5-10 minutes, something
Mhm.
like that.
There's no answer. You can hear like Meredith downstairs.
Downstairs.
Yeah, you can hear
Oh,
her
okay.
downstairs. Yeah.
She's gonna open the door and walk in.
Lucian is asleep, or like looks like he's asleep at least. He's like laying back on the bed with his eyes shut.
She's gonna walk forward and sit in the chair and like grab his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And just like lays her head down on the bed.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. 13.
You've seen Lucian sleeping not very many times, so the first time that he was sleeping earlier today, he looked extremely asleep, and now he looks a bit less asleep. So maybe he's having like a dream or something like that.
Lucian, are you awake? Sorry. I didn't think that seeing me in a dress would make you sick. Maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Don't want to make you sick. What you said to me was really nice. It made me feel all hot.
She kind of lays her head down, like kind of puts his hand up to her cheek to like cool off her face.
You feel him kind of twitch a little bit when you put like he's not expecting it and he would be awake to expect it, like that type of feeling. When you put your hand on his cheek.
Like,
roll an insight. Like,
okay.
you feel him like you feel that it could just be he's asleep or it could just be something else.
19.
you get the sense that he is awake.
You're not sleeping. Why are you pretending that you are?
Dad, just let me sleep.
Do you want me to go?
No, I don't.
What was wrong? Why did you need Meredith?
Oh, I figured she'd get the picture.
What picture?
The picture.
What does that mean?
I was right, wasn't I? So,
You were right about what?
she would get the picture.
I don't know what picture you're talking about.
Well, anyway, she gave me some medicine and it's making me a bit loopy.
Why did you get sick all of a sudden?
Tavi,
What?
let's have a meal. He's gonna... You had your hand on his face. He's gonna kind of grab your hand and pull it into his face. What else did you expect me to do? I mean... Just a man.
What does that mean? I was just wearing a dress.
I guess I don't know. I just never saw you.
Was it that nice?
It's amazing, Tavi.
Did you mean what you said?
Do you know me to not mean what I say?
No.
I've got to go to sleep now.
Okay.
Feel quite strange. It's been a long time since
What?
I got drunk, so
Are you drunk?
a little bit, I think. That's what happens when you drink too much, and I'm...
Was that the medicine?
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? It's not your fault I'm a cheap date.
Cheap date?
Mm.
What does that mean?
Means I can't handle my liquor.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry because you always told me that you don't like drinking, and seeing me in a dress made you drink. I'm sorry that I made you do that.
I didn't think that would happen, so... But I suppose it's fine that it did.
Why is that?
I'm quite suggestible to... I can be quite impulsive, I suppose. So,
What does that mean?
I'm not going to be able to tell you this when I'm sober, so everything hurts and I really would like it to stop and I'd like to go to sleep. Just a bit.
Alright.
You're not going to go anywhere again, are you?
No. I didn't want to go anywhere the first time.
I know you didn't. I made you.
It's alright.
The guys came up soon, though, so it was alright.
That's good.
It's nice. It reminds me of something.
What does it remind you of?
guys.
Oh.
He shuts his eyes.
And she's just gonna resume her position of laying her head down on the bed.
Mm-hmm. And downstairs, you hear the, Tommy changing, going back upstairs, whatever. Lucian, Meredith is creating dinner during this time. You gotta have something in the tank for your time, your long walk. And downstairs, you see the kids already they'll eat afterwards. And so it's just you guys, and same type of situation. Is there anything you wanted to do at all before?
I don't think so.
Okay, same type of situation. She's got Thalen and Yezi are doing the cooking. Iffy is being kept away from all manner of sharp objects. Fingers and Ethiot are doing nothing of any import. And is that everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. And Meredith is asleep on the chair next to a cup of tea that she has not touched. And you're cooking. Well, actually, she's not asleep yet because she has a couple things to say. She's on the chair. She's nodding off, shall we say. Man, I mean, 6 foot what? 6 foot something? Tall guy like that, he cannot handle his liquor.
You're trying to get him drunk.
Yeah, I did. I was trying to help him out, but I did. Is
Why
what
were
I'm
you
trying to say.
Why do you want to get him drunk?
She's gonna roll an insight on you. What's the DC?
On Iverson?
Yeah. Hit me with a good DC.
For what?
For what you're meaning by that. Like, to tell whether or not she knows that you know something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I think like a 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She rolled a 6. She's gonna be like, you don't need to worry about all that.
I'm not interested.
Well, I mean, look,
Meredith, why do you think we put on a whole fashion show?
You guys are evil. You pure evil. I can see it.
We ain't evil.
Frickin' Fingers is gonna stop dead in his tracks when she says that. And she's gonna be like, she's gonna notice that.
Yeah.
And she's gonna keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, setting him up like that.
It's just a bit of fun, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. No, listen, don't get me wrong. It's all.
Why do you want... Takes one look at it. What was he saying to you?
You don't need to worry about all that.
Look,
no,
right?
Listen.
Look, you're going to be all secretive about this. We set up this whole plan.
Listen, he's injured, all right?
Whatever.
Me too. You're going to take advantage of him.
I ain't taking advantage of him.
It's not, listen, I helped him out of a rough spot. That's all I'm saying. So, let that be it, okay? But now, listen. We talked for a bit. We did a shot.
Really? Just one?
One shot. And Thalen's gonna be like, a single shot? One.
Thalen, can you hold your liquor?
You know that I can.
Woohoo!
He's gonna wink at you. Well, actually, he's gonna wink at you with so much charm.
If he's gonna be like, I think I can drink you down the table.
Down the table? Is that a saying? Is that a human saying?
Yeah, it is. You ain't never heard it?
No, I haven't.
Is that one of the things that you said that I talk quiet?
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact.
You want to try to drink me on the table right now? Meredith, get the shot glasses.
We're not doing that, kids. All right.
Why not?
No, we're not going to do that.
Look, you owe me one. She,
right.
looks at
I'll take you up on that. Put that knife down, Iffy. And he's going to yank it out of your hand. And he's, peeling potatoes or some crap with Yezi. And Fingers is like, when his mom said that, there was like a he just like sat up
Yeah.
slightly straighter. And where's Ethiod?
I think Ethiod's just sitting next to Fingers, and I think that he's kind of clocked that,
Mm.
and is like,
Yeah, is he across from him or sitting like next to him?
I think sitting next to him.
He's Fingers like straightens up and he looks over at Ethiod.
Ethiod's gonna look at him and shake his head like, kind of like, it's all right, like everything's like that's not what she meant, kind of thing.
And he's gonna like look back out, and he's like kind of blinking a lot. Like,
Hey
look
man, do you
back.
want to like play a new game or something like that? I don't want to play paper football again. It's kind of a dumb game, but we could play something else.
How could you say that?
I will say it all day long. It is a stupid game.
Yeah, how could you say that about paper football?
You know, it. I have strong opinions.
Do you really think paper football is bad?
No, man, it's the greatest game out there.
What if it is bad? Yeah, we can play another game. What game did you want to play?
I want to play paper football. Do you want to help me fold the thing?
I'm kind of bad at it.
Me too.
Sure. And he's gonna like take out like a strip of paper and just start folding it up. He's kind of like passes a glance over towards Yezi,
Mm-hmm.
just to be like, you're alive? Okay.
Yeah.
Do one of those. What's Yezi gonna do?
She's quietly cooking. Like, she's just like, I'm not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she's thinking about earlier with, like, Fingers and all that. She's just like,
He's so funny.
like, I was so mad, and then he really cut me off guard.
Oh, what with what he said? is
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
mean?
She was like, usually I would hold a grudge, but I can't.
Not possible. And as you keep like making food, is there any other conversations that you wanted to have? Okay. As you keep making food, peeling potatoes and stuff like that, Thalen's gonna say, "Well, I suppose we're not all going to sleep in the same room again."
I guess not. I mean,
I don't think Lucian would like that.
probably not.
Especially not. I mean, as long as Tavermeel's there, I think he'll be, steady. So we can all find somewhere else to sleep.
Oh, man. Usually I sleep in that room.
Usually I sleep in that room.
We bunk buddies.
I guess so. Well, listen, we're definitely not having dinner up there. I mean, I'll bring Tavermeel something to eat, but you gotta let that kid sleep. He's been awake. He's, enough for today. So, unless there's some sort of emergency, you guys gotta let him knock out, alright?
All right. Understood.
Alright.
Like, I'm gonna go crash on the couch.
Yeah, well, I think we're all gonna be crashing, on the, there's some blankets around and we can make it happen. Yes, I'm not picky, so whatever's fine. But I think that, maybe not inside the room, necessarily, unless you disagree, but I think there should be somebody up there. Just to make sure everything's okay.
I can sleep up there. I can sleep on the stairs.
What do you think, Yezi?
I'm gonna go wherever you go.
Well, maybe we all sleep in the stairwell. Because I don't want to. I would just like to say that I will be of no help, so I'll be sleeping on a couch somewhere, and you can let me know if something happens. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you're sleeping downstairs.
what I was going to say is that everything was fine last night, and it'll probably be fine tonight.
Yes, it'll probably be fine, but
Well, so if he's gonna be up there, then probably you guys will be fine to not also be up there.
iffy. Dungeons and Dragons question. How many hours of sleep do you need? Is she an elf? Like, does she need to trance?
I have no idea.
What about Janazi? What about Tiefling? You only need to sleep for 4 hours to gain the benefits of a long rest.
For Genazis?
Yeah.
So do half elves.
Oh, okay, so they both. So freaking Fingers is the only one who's useless in this scenario.
Oh, wait. Hold on, wait. Half elves sleep the same way humans do. Their inclusion in the description you cited states that elven blood is the key factor rather than the elven ability to go into reverie for 4 hours instead of sleeping as humans do for an 8.
Well, I said that only full elves get the. 4
Okay,
hours.
so then.
So just Yezi gets
Just Yezi.
this.
I don't need that much sleep actually to like function. So I can be like awake and up there.
I don't want you. How? What do you mean? Like,
I only need to sleep like 4 hours.
okay, well, you can wake me up and I'll after.
You're going to sleep all night. It's fine.
You gotta get some sleep, Yezi.
Well, yeah, but only 4 hours.
I feel like someone should be up the whole time, you know?
Okay, well, I mean, Thalen, you just have to trance, right?
But yes, I suppose that's true. I
You
mean,
don't really have to do anything, you just have to get one of us.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm.
Yes, I mean, that makes sense. So,
What are you going to be honest about?
nothing, it's fine. I'll. Okay, so you and I?
Yeah.
Great, so I'm sleeping in the stairwell. It's all the same to everybody. Iffy?
I mean, if y'all don't want me up there, I'd much rather sleep in a bed. Or a couch.
I think we got it.
Alright.
Alright. And you eat dinner
Mm-hmm.
all together. Tavmil is upstairs, and Fingers is gonna kind of like,
Yeah.
like the door open, and he's kind of shakes a bowl at you.
Right. So it goes and takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why he got really sick? He said that he's only a man. I didn't really understand.
I'm no good at this, Tavmil. I think I'll let him explain, you know?
I don't think that he will.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. He's gonna like, you're like right next to the door, and he's being so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
This is the least of your worries right now.
Right.
So eat up, and we'll be close by, okay? I'll bring you some blankets and pillows and stuff.
It's alright. You don't have to.
Oh, that's right. You're just gonna trance or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, do you need anything? Water, pillows, blankets, anything?
I'm alright, thank you.
Alright. Have a good night.
You too.
And he's gonna shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that Tavmil wants to do?
I think she just eats a little bit of it and then she puts it off to the side to save some of it for Lucian for when he wakes up. And just sits in the chair and just kind of thinks about everything to come.
Mm-hmm. So you got all that going on. And the kind of like everybody's getting ready to go to sleep. You know, clothing is changed into more comfortable clothing. And beds and blankets are procured. And as you guys kind of leave the kitchen after dinner, your mom, Finger's mom, puts her hands in her legs, stands up, stretches, and starts making dinner for her kids, who are off doing various and sundry. You know, you can hear the sounds of you fire truck,
Yeah.
you know, like general kid cacophony. And at one point, like Sana and Leela, like go up to Iffy to like chat with her about nothing. And you're talking and laughing. And Ethiod is, you know, the kid earlier who had messed with him.
Yeah.
Like comes up, yanks on his pants and
What?
stuff. What?
What do you want?
I don't want anything. I just said hi.
You know, I knew somebody that was like you, always bothering me.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Where are they?
Oh.
And that happens. Yezi is what?
With fingers.
Well, after Fingers went back downstairs, he didn't come back into the kitchen.
I think she went to go find him.
And you can hear from one of the other rooms, you can hear, hey, listen, you gotta take care of Ethiod, okay? He's the one that's like us, right? You gotta take care of him. Like, he's gonna be really lonely, and you're gonna understand him way more than anybody else. You get that? Okay. I know you're sad. I gotta go. I'll try and come home. I'll try and come home more. Okay, kiddo. I gotta get ready for tomorrow. So you hear that, and you hear Fingers kind of like noses out the door, and you're kind of standing right there. Jeez, Yezi.
Sorry.
It's all good. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I was just looking for you.
Why? Is everything's okay?
I just want to be around you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get some blankets and stuff so that we can. Okay, but you gotta, wake that sucker up and get some sleep. I'm not joking.
Okay.
And he goes off to, he's like padding the stairs with many blankets. And Thalen kind of looks at the like slip inside of blankets and is just like, listen, I like the guy, but goodness.
Look, you said that you weren't picky.
I'm not picky.
Okay, so then this shouldn't be an issue.
It's not an issue. Goodness. Everyone's mocking me. Anyway.
I'll wake you up in 4 hours.
All right. He's gonna like nod his head. Fingers is what's Iffy doing sleeping downstairs? Yeah. Iffy's like sprawled out way too big on like a small couch. Where's Ethiod at?
Wherever they showed him to go sleep, and he's very uncomfortable.
He's like staring at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Meredith is like, this is post-child dinner. They've all been kind of taken care of, and they're all, in their respective locations. And Thalen kind of like looks around at you all and shuts his eyes. And they open, and when they open, you can see that he's got kind of like a far away look to him. And He's sitting kind of like cross-legged with his arms crossed against the wall of the stairs, and Fingers is like laid out, like head up, feet down the stairs, and he's like looking up at Thalen. Wow, it's kind of weird, huh?
What is?
They can just do that.
I guess so. Seems rather nice.
Does it?
Could go to sleep that easily.
I guess so. Well, he's not sleeping though. He's meditating.
I guess it feels the same to them.
I wouldn't know.
Either would I. What?
I'm not tired.
Well, make yourself be tired.
I don't know how to do that.
Did you ever get read stories as a kid?
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you one? Or is that too childish?
What? He's gonna like turn. He's lying on his back. He's gonna kind of like turn over and look up at you.
Nothing. Never mind. That was probably stupid.
You don't have to if you don't want to. You're gonna tell me.
I can.
You don't have to.
Do you want me to?
You don't have to.
But do you want me to?
He's gonna like grab your hand and put it up against his cheek. You don't gotta do that, is he?
That's not an answer to my question.
I like stories.
Okay. And she's gonna like start telling a story from when she was a kid, that she would hear when she was a kid, and it's like this story about a like creature that lives in the forest that kind of becomes everything that it touches. Like it's kind of like this dragon-like creature, but it just has wings and a body and legs, so I guess more like a wyvern. And as it moves through the forest, it becomes everything it touches, so it's constantly changing. Its legs will turn into rock and then soil, and then vines and foliage, and its head is sometimes the clouds, and sometimes it's nothing because it's just the air, and it's like supposed to be what is in all of us, and the one that is everything all at once, not just any one thing, and it knows the world personally. And she tells him that as she's trying to get him to go to sleep, and it's like her best approximation of it, because it's been a really long time since she's heard it.
As you tell him the story, he turns onto his side and lays his head down on the stairs, on the pillows, and he kind of pulls your hand with him so that it's pressed up against his cheek. You can hear every once in a while just it's like a quiet kind of sound, and kind of startles you at first because it's not something that happens to you. But all at once, you can feel something burning hot on your hand. And you can feel it coming from him, from
Mhm.
his face, maybe from his eyes.
Yeah.
And you can see from your vantage point, because you're above him, kind of looking down on him, something kind of sparkling on his cheek as you tell him the story.
Mm-hmm.
Then all at once, it kind of goes away, and it's nice and cool on your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see him breathing. You can see it was irregular before, and then it levels out. And he's not moving anymore. He's not really even holding onto your hand. His hands are just around it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also hear Thalen in the corner, just breathing steadily as he meditates. And all of a sudden you hear something.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to
What
end
the
it.
heck?
Hoo-hoo. Ha, ha, ha,
The
ha.
fuck, dude.
Hoo-hoo. Listen, we can keep going. I have the whole thing written
We're at
out.
7.5 hours.
That's what I thought. So, next episode.
God, man. You're gonna kill me.
I'm gonna kill you,
You're
dude.
gonna give me a stroke.
I'm gonna cause you to have a stroke. That's my goal. Well, I'll
Oh,
see you in the
goodbye.
next episode. Bye.